everybody? Matt Ryan joined along with Harry Terjanian once again. It is UFC 246. It is time, Harold, for Conor McGregor to return to the octagon.
Finally, after what seems like years. It has been. It's
been 15 months.
15 months, yeah.
Last time we saw Conor McGregor was inside the T-Mobile Arena at UFC 229 in a fourth-round submission loss to Khabib Nurmagomedov. We actually watched that fight.
That's right.
Right here in the studio. We are live in the studio in Teterboro, New Jersey. And once again, if you can see the bottom of your screen, that's Harry Terjanian. I'm Matt Ryan. We'll be here with you all night long from the last fight of the prelims, which is about to get into the ring, the octagon. I'm wrestling.
Yeah.
Roxanne Modafferi versus Maycee Barber in a flyweight bout, and Bruce Buffer.
Fabulous. Bruce Buffer, never disappointing.
Dresses.
I only wish Joan Rivers was alive to see Bruce Buffer. I don't know if she'd have a bad word to say about him. Yes, she would. She's Joan Rivers. She's fantastic. She could find a way to crap on anybody. But Bruce Buffer always looking amazing, no matter what happens. How much would it cost to get Bruce Buffer at my funeral?
We'll have to look into that. I'd pay for it just because it'd be your funeral.
Dude, does he do the It's Time?
Yes, while they're... Yeah. Then he also sings Crossroads by Bone Thugs and Harmony while they lower you in.
That's got to cost you a lot. Because he doesn't do hip-hop.
And a shout-out to June, our moderator tonight. Once again, this is a live radio play-by-play stream of the fights here tonight. If you ask for a free link, you will be kicked from the chat. If you would like to actually watch the fights, you will need to go and buy it from ESPN Plus or whatever your pay-per-view provider is, or give us about $10,000 and we'll turn the camera. $10,000.
$10,000 is all it takes for us to completely abandon this entire project.
I got bills to pay.
Listen, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying that is the minimum amount that it'll cost to give up on this and forever decide that we're not doing this ever again.
No opportunities ever in broadcasting again.
Then again, I mean, you never know with the world of MMA.
That's true.
The Ariel Helwani rule could come into effect, and the next thing you know, we could be working for the UFC somehow. I don't understand it. It's the most bizarre thing in the world, but politics is strange bedfellows, even in the entertainment and MMA business. So,
well, we were talking about the main event tonight, and Harry. There's no title on the line tonight.
There is not.
No title on the line.
No title on the line, not even for the main event.
No straps are put on the line, no belts, no championships, but we here at SBN MMA.
Right.
And out of the kindness of our hearts, we have not consorted with the UFC or the Nevada State Athletic Commission to make this a sanctioned fight, but we do have a prize for the winner tonight. From our friends at the Mao competition from 1997.
That's right.
We are going to give away this Algebra third place trophy, won by our own Harold Terjanian.
That's right. In
third place, really?
Third place. What do you want me to do? I don't know. Yeah, I came in third place.
You seem smarter than that.
I didn't even know there was a competition going on, to be honest.
But the winner will get this trophy, courtesy of us here at SBN MMA.
And out of all the trophies you could have given away, you picked that one, which I find very interesting. You could have given away the first place Scholastic Bowl trophy that I won.
That's true.
As the captain, the Mark Messier of the Jersey City Scholastic Bowl team. One of my proudest achievements. I think
That's your proudest achievement?
I said one of.
What is your proudest achievement? As on the screen right now, Roxanne Modafferi controlling Maycee Barber, and Barber wrapping her left arm around the neck of Modafferi, who's in a side control position right now. 3:17 left to go in round number 1. We'll be talking about this fight on and off as we get the broadcast underway here tonight.
There we go. Proudest achievement?
Yeah.
Jeez. I mean, probably beating out Columbia House for one of those back in the day when you'd sign up for those records. I'll tell you what my proudest achievement. All right. It's not my proudest achievement, but speaking of little victories in life, I managed to get out of paying. My car got booted, and I managed to get American Express to pay for it.
Ow.
Huh? Because I went to the court, I fought it, and I said, I didn't do it, right? So the guy doesn't show up. The judge goes, all right, you're not guilty, but you still have to whatever. I had already paid to get it out, to get the boot off, but I paid with my American Express credit card, and I was like, I'm not guilty. All right, fine. I don't know what your point is. The judge was like, but all right, fine, you're not guilty. I took the not guilty receipt, sent it to American Express. They covered it. And then when here's what's better. Then when American Express raised my credit interest too high, I stopped paying my American Express card a couple years later. They're still after me for that. So if you could come up with that 10 grand.
So Harry's going to jail.
I'm not going to jail.
If you would like to be the new co-host of our shows,
money.
If you would like to be the new co-host of our shows,
I'm not going to jail. I didn't do anything illegal. Not guilty.
As MC Hammer in '97 here.
Not guilty. Y'all got to feel me. I came out of the court, raising my hands in the air. I came out celebrating the same way Snoop Dogg celebrated when he was found not guilty.
Rogue Trooper saying, "How about you stop lying?"
About what?
Steve Harvey's white clone, that's actually someone's username, asking for us to get a room. 93 seconds left to go in round number 1. And Barber going for a choke here, trying to lock it in. Modafferi in trouble, trying to get out of it, in movement here, trying to pry that left arm.
Well, she might
going
get out
for
of
a
it.
guillotine here, trying to finish this fight from the bottom. Barber trying to go to 9-0 as a mixed martial artist, and Modafferi gets out.
Wow.
Yeah, a sneaky little fight here, Harry. We were actually supposed to see a women's fight start the main broadcast
That's right,
of
that
UFC
got
246.
canceled.
Yes, Claudia Gadelha and Alexa Grasso were supposed to start off the broadcast tonight, but Alexa Grasso came in
5 pounds over.
5.5.
5.5. Sorry,
5.5 pounds. That's absurd.
Yeah, that is way off.
Yeah,
I mean, I did win a 3rd place in the algebra math contest, so I would know that 5 pounds is a significant amount of weight, and so is 5.5.
Yes.
So, all right, that's always my favorite drama when something happens at the weigh-in. It is like that meme, like you had one job.
But that comes back to the idea of weight cutting in MMA.
I've never been a fan of weight cutting in general. Well,
yeah.
I've never been a fan of just I think everything that science tells us about the weight cutting thing is that it's not good. It's not a great strategy.
It is not.
I'd love to look up the stats of what the stats are for people who cut weight, but I don't know how you can really quantify that if anyone's ever kept track. I'd love to know the fight record in all sort of combat sports of people who've cut weight, done drastic weight cuts.
I feel like one of our colleagues at Bloody Elbow is probably doing the research on that.
Well, yeah, I'd be curious because every time it comes up, the things you hear about people being dehydrated, people not being able to have the same level of energy because it's just not. Your body's not really meant to do that and fight at peak conditioning.
Not at all. But that's one of the reasons why Conor's fighting at welterweight tonight. He didn't want to cut all that weight. He didn't want to deplete himself. He wants to fight 3 times this year. And actually, all 3 of them inside the octagon and not in hotel parking lots and bars. So that's a new record.
Well, there's always 2021. I mean, we got a chance, a rematch with Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, and then somebody in the parking lot of a TGI Fridays.
He's going to do it at a Fridays this time?
Well, now it's scheduled for Fridays, but if Houlihan's comes up with enough cash. By the way, is Houlihan's a national chain? I was having a conversation.
It's at least regional.
I thought it was a franchise chain.
It is.
Right, but I only know of one singular location here in New Jersey, and I realize in hindsight I've never seen another Houlihan's.
I think there's at least more than one Houlihan's. This is the hard-hitting, screw you. You know what? Someone earlier in the chat on YouTube, and we'll be shouting out you guys as we just kicked up to our largest concurrent viewer level of the night, and we have got nowhere into the main card. But they were saying Barber is down from Modafferi, and now basically trying to windmill kick from the bottom to stay up.
Ooh,
up kicks.
Landed a couple.
And now trying to go for a triangle. The Undertaker's old Hell's Gate finish for those WWE fans.
What's the move called in MMA, though, the Hell's Gate?
I think it's the Go-Go Plata? It's either that or a triangle. I just get paid to make jokes, people. Our producer, Normal's back with us tonight. We had Jonathan Q. Rotten, our fill-in producer, last time.
Who wasn't much of a producer. You fell asleep.
Twice.
And then, twice, but the last one was for the rest of the night. I don't know if you could call that twice. It's not like we caught him snoozing.
Sonny De Hoya says, you don't know fighting. Is that Harry or me?
Well, I'm not here as an expert. I'm here because of my looks. So, what don't I know about fighting? That weight cutting is bad? Everyone says it. Everyone and their mother says the weight cutting is bad. It's a strategy. They continue to do it, but it's also like not. It might be one of those obsolete strategies, like not touching yourself for 2 weeks before a fight or 2 months.
But did you read about what Tyson Fury's doing? He's doing
What's
that
he doing
7 times a day.
He's going the opposite.
Yes, he's going in the complete opposite direction.
And I appreciate that. I don't know if it matters one way or the other. I'm sure his wife appreciates it.
She's not there.
She's not with him at the thing?
No.
Oh, where's his camp at right now?
Vegas.
And when is the date of that fight? Is that set in
That's
stone?
February 22nd.
That's against Deontay Wilder. And that's going to be in Las Vegas this time or not?
That's going to be, at the MGM Grand Garden Arena.
All right. I look forward to that fight. Hopefully, finally a real fight and and this time stupid Andy Ruiz, who I'm still upset about. I'm still furious about friggin' Andy Ruiz. As a fat Latino guy myself, it's really disappointing. I really wanted him to prove, hey, just because you don't look like a fighter doesn't mean you can't be a fighter. And then what does he do? He shows up, and we didn't talk about this on the last one, right? Yeah, this is because this was in between.
Yeah.
Here's how I knew Andy Ruiz was in trouble, by the way. When we covered the press conference, and Anthony Joshua showed up looking like a Greek god early, did the press. Andy Ruiz late shows up with 2 bottles of Tropicana orange juice.
For no reason.
For no reason, because it's not like he was trying to, I don't know what the purpose it was of carrying that. And he was just chugging 2 giant bottles of Tropicana orange juice. I go, this guy's in trouble. I don't know. Again, according to people online, I don't know much about fighting, but I do believe part of the training regimen is not consuming massive amounts of sugar in liquid form.
No.
Is not I don't know any advisor. And then, he shows up 16 pounds overweight.
Lenny 420.
And then proceeds to get his ass kicked.
Lenny 420 life with a retort. Bro, he KO Joshua. What more proof do you need? And it is there's a blood pinata going on in this fight. We should really start focusing on this fight.
Oh, yeah.
Because Barber is busted.
Ooh.
The Crimson Mask. Roxanne Modafferi trying to end the perfect streak of Maycee Barber after she tried to slide into Paige Van Zant's husband's DMs.
Is that a thing that happened?
Yeah, that's a thing that happened. Because she was trying to do anything and everything to get this fight. And,
wait,
she
is
did
this
not
UFC or Bully Beatdown? Remember the...
Yes, I do.
I miss Bully Beatdown.
He went to jail.
Even though it was fake.
I guess it was fake. Right?
Miller?
He's out now? Oh, but he was in jail.
What did Miller go to jail for?
He crazy?
Yeah, I mean, since when's that a crime?
When you cause it on harm on other people.
Oh, well, you got to be more specific with what type of cray he was. Oh, the blood on that canvas. Wow, the prelims. Did they change that canvas?
Nope, that is the canvas for the entire night.
Wow.
Oh, Maycee Barber.
Again,
like in bottom position. She has been... So, 67 total strikes thrown by Modafferi through 1 3/4 rounds. Barber with only 13 throughout the entire fight.
God, and she is... That canvas looks like a Jackson Pollock painting at this point.
Remember that Jesus thing that got a bunch of people in trouble in 99? At the Brooklyn Museum of Art.
We can't say what it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, shit Jesus. It's basically looking like that.
I was referring to Piss Christ. I didn't see shit Jesus. The art... That was what it was called. It was called Piss Christ.
Hans Gruber coming in on the chat.
Oh, he's still alive.
I don't think it will be a close fight. I think, if anything, this fight was fixed. Once Conor wins, he'll immediately be able to rematch Khabib after his bout with Ferguson.
Is it already fixed?
Yeah,
You're not even waiting for the fight to...
They say it's a work ski.
That it's a work?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
All right,
how many
looking
out
at the
there
replay
are flat
here.
Earthers? Let us know.
All right. The replay, a straight left from Modafferi. Caught her right and caught Barber in the...
Was she clutching her knee, too, when she went down?
Oh, that's not good. She was in bottom position for the majority of that round, for the majority of this fight.
And right away to a Wendy's commercial. My favorite part of watching the prelims. 4 for 4 if you get a chance. It's a good deal. Go out there.
They're not paying us.
I know, but I'm a fan. I have a passion.
I hate you.
If I can't have it, you can.
But you know what we've got tonight, Harry? We
got a couple different
we've got
drinks.
We've got a couple of different drinks. We've got, courtesy of Normal, a Budweiser bottle featuring a cowboy hat.
And then up against... the Proper 12 whiskey. Oh boy, you're chugging early. Ooh, that leg looks swollen.
Oh, that's not
that
good.
knee, yeah, something
Maycee
happened
Barber's
with that
knee is shot.
She clutched that knee on the way down.
Yeah, she's gonna fight,
She's
though.
gonna keep going. Yeah, you can see the swelling on that knee.
You know, Dana's trying to make new stars, and Maycee Barber trying to step up to the opportunity with blended eyebrows.
Oh, I don't know the process.
She looks like she got her brows done through a YouTube tutorial. I'm casting shade for.
Is that bad?
No, it's not. I don't know if it's bad.
Which one is the one who slid into the DMs?
Oh, Maycee Barber, the one who had the blood pinata.
Oh, boy. She tried to slide into the DMs
of Paige Van Zandt's husband because she wanted to get a fight with Paige. She wanted to be Paige's last fight in the UFC before she went off to Instagram modeling or whatever it is she does. The left leg of Maycee Barber. She is fighting on one leg.
She is hopping. That
left knee is swollen like a golf ball or my cholesterol level. It is uncomfortable to watch, but Barber fighting on, bleeding from her left ear as well. Not a good sight right now.
She's not going to be doing much Instagram modeling. Oh, another punch from Barber takes another one.
And people asking in the chat, LAE and Tristy Tivspoon, asking what we think of Proper 12. Harry doesn't drink.
I don't drink. I don't enjoy it. I don't imbibe.
No, but you know what?
For religious reasons.
Pastafarian?
Pastafarian?
Yes.
What is Pastafarian? I know what Rastafarian is.
It's an internet thing.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to keep up
worship
with the kids.
at the Olive Garden?
Yes.
I'm more of a hula hands man myself. Still trying to find out. You know what? Let me look it up. See, we could do this. This is before that. We were supposed to go on at 10. This is all bonus. So I don't want to hear nothing from nobody.
I got a text from the higher ups.
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
I got a text from the higher ups, the same people that told me to make Proper 12 drinks that you can see on our YouTube channel. I make a Proper Punch and a Hot Toddy that I get paid.
Yeah, that video is up.
Yeah, over 6,000 views right now, and we want you to watch that as well, primarily so I can get paid. I'm going to be completely honest with you here. I'm a filthy, filthy capitalist. Hans Gruber is enjoying our broadcast right now, and we hope everyone watching this is broadcasting, enjoying the broadcast. 3 minutes left to go in round number 3, and Maycee Barber in top position now.
Wow.
On a knee that looks like it is imploded like the Kingdom against Roxanne Modafferi. Modafferi with her feet against the fence, trying not to hook those toes in. Modafferi actually came to the weigh-ins on Friday dressed up as Goku with the fusion earring in her ear to do the fusion dance. You know the fusion dance?
I do not. I'm not familiar.
It's like the safety dance.
You could... Safety dance is better. Not enough people doing the safety dance anymore.
Oliver's Army is telling me to drink this Proper 12 straight. Dude, I'm on the air for 4 hours. I need to form some semblance of polysyllabic sentences, and they don't pay me enough to get this drunk on the internet.
They didn't send us a free bottle
No.
yet. You know?
Not yet.
We had to buy that one ourselves. In order to get you got to buy these yourself, or you got to show up at a press conference where Conor's handing out free shots. If he still does that, he did that. He did not do that.
He did that for 229.
I really was worried that he was gonna
get arrested,
throw that in Khabib's face or something.
No, he wouldn't do that. I don't think he'd go that far.
I mean, it would have been too far as far
if we were talking about
religious.
That would have triggered a war.
As a Muslim,
I really think Dagestan would have declared war on the nation of Ireland if that happened. And Barber, once again, bleeding. It looks like she's got the Gorbachev stain above her left eyebrow. Minute 28 left to go in this fight. That is not good.
This is the third round, right?
Yeah, it's the third. And Barber walking into this is undefeated. 8-0 inside the octagon. Someone that the UFC was really looking at as a star of the future. And going up against Modafferi, who's very popular among diehard fans and among other fighters, but was never really someone who can be considered, and I may be wrong on this, a high-level fighter, someone who's just one of those fighters who's unexceptional in the grand scheme of things, but is a great enough fighter to be in the UFC.
All right.
And that's not a slight on Roxanne Modafferi. She's a fantastic fighter, a hard fighter, someone who's very likable.
What's her record again?
Maycee Barber's is 8-0. Modafferi's, I do not remember off the top of my head.
Maybe there's a little more seasoning that needs to happen.
Oh yeah, Barber's green. Barber is very green. Modafferi is a pro. She was on The Ultimate Fighter a few years ago, I believe that was correct.
Oh, by the way, I looked it up. Hula Hands is indeed a national chain.
Yes.
National chain.
Yes.
With many, many locations. So go in there and let them know. Tell them Harry sent you. They won't know what that
They
means.
will throw you out immediately.
But at least you'll know what it means.
Yes, you will.
Like, let the server know. And then when they go, what? You'll be like, Harry sent me. From MMA Mania. And
Some
they'll be like,
jag-off in a jean jacket during a UFC stream told me to show up here and try your salad bar.
Yeah. And they're like, are you looking for a discount? No, I just want you to know. He said, say hello. And the fight's over. They're shaking hands.
Good God, look at all the blood.
Sportsmanship, but she is hopping. Oh, my God. Busted wide open. What a way. Hell of a prelim.
Yeah. One hell of a way to kick off to end the prelims. And Modafferi is 23-16. She fought for the UFC flyweight title in 2017. Thank you to Nermal, our lead producer here tonight. Been producing with us since our first UFC show back at Abu Dhabi for Khabib and Poirier.
Let's see here. Yeah, we're going to wait for the results. I didn't watch most of this fight, but this is going to be a big one, man. This is interesting.
I think Modafferi wins the fight. She controlled most of the fight. You can give Barber maybe a portion of the second round because she found a way to gain control, but that knee imploding, her face basically being busted up, not necessarily something that the judges are going to look highly upon, but it is Las Vegas. So right now, someone's telling somebody to do something. As a professional wrestling promoter by trade, I can tell you straight up that that's something that probably could be on the table.
Okay. It is Vegas. Stranger things have happened. We're still waiting on the return of the fan man. He's got to come back at some point.
Morgana, the kissing bandit?
Or, yeah. Who were the other people who would just interrupt? Back in the day when you could just do that? Like when you would win the World Series and then people would just run onto the field?
That was just called the Bronx in 1977.
I don't think it just happened in New York, right?
No, it happened in other places, but primarily in New York.
Just run on the field.
Like when Hank Aaron broke the home run record, some jack-off jumped over and chased him down at third base to shake his hand.
It's the weirdest thing. The only place it didn't happen would be hockey. But then again, that was back when the players would go into the stands. Ice skates and all. All right, here we are with
that knee.
leg.
Oh, my God.
That entire leg is swollen, and let's listen to the results. The contest, 30-27, 30-27, and 30-26 by unanimous decision. Roxanne, the Happy Warrior, Modafferi.
Roxanne Modafferi getting the unanimous decision win over Maycee Barber, turning on the red light and making her way out of here. And Maycee Barber taking the mic.
And she's saying it's an honor to be on this card and to share the share the octagon with Roxanne. And she wants to apologize. Barber wants to apologize, but she's not sorry for her performance because it made Roxanne shine. Is her left arm swollen too? Oh, jeez. She almost
tripped over the XLR cord. There's Ben Askren. Ben Askren cornering Modafferi.
And now
because they're a part of Rufus Sport. They're all a part of the Rufus Sport consortium.
Now Rogan talking to Modafferi here. He's saying she came into the fight the biggest underdog on the card, but she performed flawlessly. How happy is she? I'd like to say that Barbara's leg is injured. I wish her a speedy recovery because she's awesome. And she asked for a hand for Barber. And a thank you to her coaches, John Woods, blah, blah, blah. Trainer Lorenzo. And she wants to prove that she's not just a veteran gatekeeper. And she wants to go into the top 10. And Rogan saying, even though she's been in the game for so long, she's constantly improving. Her strength and conditioning is improving. But in this fight, her grappling was just sensational. And she says, thank you. I've been training very hard. And Rogan saying if she noticed the knee that was swollen, she heard her cry out. And she kept going like a true warrior, and she respects that very much. And her corner told her to capitalize on it. Be merciless until the ref pulls you off. Joe Rogan says, fantastic job. Thank you for an amazing performance. Roxanne.
This in from the AP. Jared James Miller parachuting into McGregor. Cowboy main event just swelled to plus 2,200, Harry.
Oh, nice.
And Dylan
Good
Danis
odds.
parachuting into the McGregor after party dough is down to minus 1,600.
Oh, boy.
So that's not, you're not really getting a lot of
Got
money
one
on that
or
one.
the other. And Cerrone showing up. Look at
Walking
this.
looking like Val Kilmer in Tombstone.
That's a great outfit. You know, I do feel like there's not enough of the pregame outfits, you know? I always appreciate somebody who makes use of every second of camera time, and Cerrone is certainly living up to that. Another one that I wish Joan Rivers could see. It's a very, Val Kilmer from Tombstone, sheriffy / mariachi sort of thing.
He really does look like he is a big fan of Walker, Texas Ranger.
I mean, what's not to love? A 65-year-old man beating the crap out of a lot of 20-year-olds.
I need the...
You need the remote here?
Yeah.
To set us up here?
Yeah, we're getting ready for the pay-per-view here.
UFC 246, of course, being headlined by Conor McGregor versus
Donald Cerrone.
Donald Cowboy Cerrone. A fantastic fight, but there's other fights as well.
That's
that we're going to be
certainly true.
covering all night long for you guys. No championship fight tonight, but the winner does get my old math trophy from high school, the third place algebra competition that I do not believe I remember entering it or knowing that I was in it, but somehow I guess I must have been. It must have been a team thing that I competed in. For the life of me, I get third place. I have no idea how to do algebra, but that shows you how important algebra is, kids. It is a waste of time. Let's be honest. All the kids watching out there, just so you know, it is a waste of time.
It certainly is.
You still have to do it. I'm not saying you're not going to do it. You're going to do it anyway, but just know, we know that it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff. Most of my college experience was a waste of time, minus a couple ladies and doing stand-up comedy, which you can still catch me doing that. Go to @Harry Terjanian, all my social media, as well as the podcast I do, Man School 202, with the great Dante Nero, sex, relationship, advice, laughs, all of it available on Man School 202. I might as well plug since we're filling time.
And ESPN Plus has decided to go full ESPN Plus, Harry.
Oh, no.
And not work.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure out technical difficulties we're having. But that's why we got... also the battle of the Proper 12 versus the Cowboy Cerrone Budweiser. Very reminiscent of the Bud Bowls.
Oh, my God, the Bud Bowl.
The Bud Bowls 1 and 2. How many did they do? Did they stop at 2?
I think they stopped at 2. I was also like 3 years old when those happened,
Yeah.
so my memory of them are very hazy. I was drinking a lot in those days. So.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. My dad got tickets to Bud Bowl, but they turned out to be scalped, and we did not get in to the Bud Bowl. And just a reminder: those Dilly Dilly commercials were never funny.
No, they weren't. They were garbage.
But I don't know what to tell you. I don't do all the advertising there. But to run down the fights happening tonight, let's go over a couple of them. Anthony Pettis versus Carlos Diego Ferreira. And
That'll be opening up the
that'll be
pay-per-view.
the first fight opening it up.
Pettis remaining at lightweight. And we've got a bantamweight fight after that. Brian Kelleher versus Odie Osborn.
That's right. Brian Kelleher coming in 19-10-0. And Odie Osborn. Oh, you wrote down wrong? Oh, never mind. Odie Osborn 6-2-1. A little bit. Also, heavyweight at Alexei
Olenek.
Olenek versus...
An interesting stat about Olenek, he is the first MMA fighter to fight in 4 separate decades.
Really?
90s,
Wow.
2000s, 2010s, and now 2020s.
Versus Maurice Green, who will be referred to as Mo Green. So if you're a Godfather fan, look forward to that fight because we are not going to stop beating that dead horse the entire fight.
Not in the least bit.
Women's bantamweight, the fighter who is still holding out hope, Holly Holm, against Raquel Rocky Pennington. Holly Holm, is this her last opportunity to?
You gotta
12
think
and
so.
5 at this point. We'd all hoping to just regain that momentum she had by being the one who knocked Ronda Rousey off her throne and then just never returning to that type of form again. And Rocky Pennington 10-7, of course. And our main event of the evening, Conor, the notorious one himself, McGregor, versus Donald Cowboy Cerrone McGregor, 12-4, versus Donald Cerrone, who's 36-13-1 here. Won no contest, rather. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm really excited about that one. I'm always super excited to see Conor McGregor back in the picture. I made no Make no mistake about it. I love the crap talkers in the game. I think it adds something. Even what's his name? Who got his jaw broken?
Colby
Covington. Who? What a great story though, to talk all that crap, get his jaw broken, and then do the fantastic heel thing. What does he do? He immediately calls foul. Says the ref was in on it. Says you're like a true heel. He showed up Monday night after getting his ass kicked on the pay-per-view. And said that was foul. I lost that. I could have beat him up if I had been able to keep going. So I'm always a fan of anyone who does a lot of talking. But that's me. That's the pro wrestling fan in me. I think it makes it more interesting, and it's a lot more interesting than the. No, I'm just gonna give it my best. The hockey interviews. I love hockey. Greatest sport in the world. Worst interviews. Just like we're gonna get out there, do the fundamentals. It adds to it to me. That's all I'm saying. So it's a great evening of fights, even though there's no championship on the line. And we're also going to find out which is better, Proper 12 or Budweiser, depending on how you want to hurt yourself emotionally. That's the battle.
If you want to take a long time to get yourself to feel bad about yourself, try Budweiser. If you want to take a short road to a long pier, then you try Proper 12.
Fair enough. I don't like either. But I'm not a drinker. I'll just be imbibing in pure water. Although you don't know that. You don't know what's in this thermos here. We're still trying to set up here?
Yeah, because
ESPN
I
Plus.
bought the damn thing.
Yeah, even ESPN Plus giving us some issues here, but we'll be with you momentarily.
Yes.
And I will check some chats while we try to figure that out. What's going on in the chat room there, Matt?
Let's take a look at Ghost of GG saying anyone that can see the gimmick is unbearable. That can't see the gimmick of Colby Covington is unbearable. And I have to tend to agree.
That can't see the gimmick?
That can't see Colby as just a gimmick.
As just a gimmick?
Yeah.
Colby Covington? Well, I mean, I don't know. That's part of what I enjoy, but also, listen, I have political leanings, whatever. Let's just separate that from the sport.
You are a member of the Whig Party.
I am. I was a Federalist, but, times have changed. But I wonder how many people buy into it, how many people don't. I mean, we were there covering some of the press conferences, the stuff he does at the workout. And look, let's be honest. The workouts, they're done for publicity. They're done to get photos. They're not real workouts.
Yeah.
And so it's what you choose to make the most of it. Everybody else brings up some kids, works out with the kids. That's great. Covington shows up with 3 exotic dancers, I do believe, from a local gentleman's club or the ballet, if you will.
And the manager of that gentleman's club knew me and came up to me and said hello.
Who was that? Which one was that?
He's a wrestler, and he knows me from the independent scene.
Oh.
And I was just like, so you're dealing with this.
Somebody's got to provide the ladies.
You're the one helping with this carny nonsense.
But it was great. I mean, it was just something different. It makes it more interesting story. And people pay and want to see him get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
Now, is the same true for Conor McGregor? The thing about Conor McGregor is I don't know that he gets as much negative flack as Covington does.
It comes and goes.
I don't know, man. I don't think it's on the same level.
I think that the overarching anger about McGregor is it's more consistent. Colby's has been a short-term thing. And Conor, whether you like him or not, does add a lot of fuel to the fire. He is not necessarily... You can shit on Colby as much as you want for his political leanings.
Sure.
He kind of just, outside of being a Henry Cejudo level troll on the internet,
right,
and basically being a low-level Reddit poster, there's really not a lot that you can harp on him for. His views may not be all what we consider to be the best, and he might be doing it as a complete work, but...
I don't think it's genuine is also the problem I definitely have with it. I think it's done clearly. I don't think he knows a ton factually, but all the credit in the world to him. It's interesting. It's fantastic. Look, we're still talking about him. He's not on this card.
And we're getting ready for our first fight of the night. We are just trying to deal with an ESPN Plus issue. And this has been
this is perfect.
This has been the narrative for ESPN Plus for over a year now. Bought the pay-per-view earlier today, but now it's not registering my purchase. So we're just trying to deal with this the best we can and get this on the air in just a second.
At least we know it's live. That part of the app works. It tells us it's live. Gives us 2 options there. So has this been the complaint by a lot of people for the ESPN Plus app? Has it been buy, restore? We already did it. Subscription not found. That's a lie, ESPN Plus. How dare you? Why don't you pass me the laptop? Let me read some chats.
Well, just take a look here. Take a look while I handle this. I can't really get it to go that far.
Well, unplug it if you can, because I can't see from there. There we go. We'll drag it in here a little bit so I can take a look at some of the chats while we figure this out. What? And I made that disappear there, Matt, because I'm a Mac user.
Jesus Christ.
There we go. It's not my fault.
No, it is your fault.
It's not my fault. Windows stinks.
Because you're just slamming buttons.
Just
like a
slamming
man,
buttons,
like a
I'm
man ape.
lunatic.
Like a man ape.
So tonight,
do you know the password to your Amazon account?
To my Amazon account?
To the one yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give it out.
Don't give it out, but just type it in.
You look at the chats there.
I'll try to bring it up.
Is this cap sensitive, this piece of crap?
Sweet mother of Jesus. We are live, by the way, folks. We're live, pal.
We're definitely live. We wouldn't be airing this if it wasn't live.
Yeah.
This part. I don't know. Now I did another thing.
Just type it in.
It's gone now. Where do I go?
Hit the button. You're
Bye?
a jackass. Yes.
All right. Let's go. Let's see here. We'll be with you momentarily, folks. Sorry about this. But don't blame us. Blame the ESPN app. That's the whole thing. This is a terrible commercial for this terrible system. And what do we have in the chats? Anything?
Well, since you closed it, like the man ape you are.
What did I pressed down on the mouse pad. It's a hell of a design system you got there, Windows. Here, with this, you know this touchpad? All right, touch it. Oh, it causes everything to explode. What is this? It's like it was one of those secret weapons designed by James Bond, or Q for James Bond. Let's see if this works. Because that one is not mine. I think that's Steps.
Yep.
Okay. That I don't know. Let's see what we can do here. Now let me see some of the chats going on there. Face that towards me this time.
Mito Torino saying we suck.
I mean, it's hard to argue in this moment, you know. Under any other circumstance, I would go tell you to bang your mother. But as we are unable to do the one job that we have to do tonight, which is cover the fights,
Swedish Monk saying
it's hard to argue.
Swedish Monk saying we should fight each other.
I mean, how long do you think that's going to go?
42 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that. Don't think we haven't thought of it, but it's just, it's not going to last very long. Live match by, all right, I don't know what that means. What even is this? Well, I feel like you ask yourself that a lot throughout life. I feel like that could apply to anything. Message blocked, that's good. Get naked. We're trying to keep viewers, not lose them. I don't know. You play in the fight. We are going to provide you audio coverage of the fight. You will only see our beautiful faces. That is all that's going to go on. Who you got in the fight? Matt or Harry? Beard or no beard? I mean, how's that going to factor in? I'm going to take a couple swings from the beard, but I feel like my hands will get hurt. You could use ESPN Plus on your phone. That is a valid point while we figure that out.
I'm just going to do that.
We're going to do that.
Because I bought it on my phone.
You did? Okay.
And I'm going to have to
Thank you.
Deal with all this nonsense later. You set up a studio. You do all this stuff. I hate...
Brandy Murray in the chat room. Hi, Brandy.
I hate this Fakakta app.
Harry would win. You're right. I'm more athletically inclined. It's true. What do you mean? You what?
I bought the damn thing, and it's making me buy it again.
So what? It's only going to cost us $300 to watch. This is how ESPN's making their money. By the way, you want to talk about charades? And someone just writes "FU" in the thing. Very clever. Mexican, and my thumb hurts. Okay. Well, there you go. You've ruined us reading the chats because you've provided nothing useful. That's fine. I'm going to turn it up on you. Again, we'll run down the card or the fight sheet here. The main event, of course, Conor McGregor versus Donald Cowboy Cerrone. Conor McGregor, all losses came by way of submission, which is interesting. 18 wins by knockout, 1 win by submission, 2 by decision. And also, it's the first appearance since UF 229. That seems
UFC
so nuts.
229, yep.
That's what I said. What did I say?
You said UF 29.
Did I say UF 29?
You said UF 29.
Wow. No, I didn't. I'll just say I didn't. No, I didn't. UFC 229 in a submission loss to Khabib Nurmagomedov for the lightweight title. That was... Well, it feels like he's been on a hell of a losing streak because I count that stupid boxing match he had with Floyd Mayweather that nobody expected him to win. As I try to go to the chats here. Benzo saying Conor with a second round TKO. I mean, I think Conor needs this more than Cerrone does, to be quite honest. Conor needs to get this back on track and have his value back on track. The whole thing, you know, he's been on a hell of a... It's been a couple years since he's won. I mean, let's be honest. Cerrone comes in this with the most wins in UFC history, 22, most finishes in UFC history with 16, most fights in UFC history with 33, which I didn't know about that. Wow. 7th performance bonuses, most all time. So I feel like Cerrone is one of those guys who doesn't get enough credit. Like he's sort of a quiet, you know, top guy, if that makes sense.
Tyler wants you to show your feet. DVL17 says, Matt, please drink. Got you there.
Yeah, that's not going to be a problem right now. As we have gone through the proper channels for the ESPN Plus app, but ESPN has told us to go F our mothers. It's a great system you guys got over there at ESPN.
Will it work? Will it work? Because I bought it. I logged in with my account.
Let's see.
Let's see. No whammies. And no! Why would it?
Well, more stats to be read. 2-fight losing streak. ESPN, you are awful. Just awful. Shout out to anybody else who's ever had a problem with that. What are your all's picks for the fight? I'm going with Conor McGregor, to be honest with you. I think Conor's going to win this. I think he needs this. I think, you know, after losing that many fights, I think his training has been more focused, you know. But then again, I base it only on what I see on Instagram.
And we got it.
We do. We do. On the phone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to do this one on the phone. Thank you again, ESPN, for coming up short
Being
yet
complete
again.
trash. Being complete
You're
and
gonna
utter
definitely have to
trash.
charge that, right?
We'll get to that horse when we need to.
Okay. And finally, we're using the Budweiser to hold up the phone, which is really it's an analogy for tonight so far. See, as the opening contest happening right now should be Anthony Pettis versus Carlos Diego Ferreira. Pettis 22-9-0, 11 wins by KO/TKO, 7 by submission, 4 by decision.
Can you text Steph immediately?
I will take care of that. As we sort out all this crap.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, I would show you the screen right now to let you know it is loading. But for whatever reason, it's just standing there staring and laughing at me. It's just laughing at me.
The ESPN Plus app. If you give me another computer, do we have another computer access? I can just...
No.
No? Well, I can find it.
We paid for the damn thing.
No, I get it. Just trying to get something up temporarily so we can cover these fights. But the good news is I do have Bernie Sanders' campaign speech live on Facebook. We got that.
Good
There's other viewing options we can have. Let's see what else is available while we're flipping around. MeTV is showing a Walker Texas Ranger marathon right now.
Hey, hey, UFC. You know that thing you did a year ago that completely shut out maybe a third or a quarter of your audience that can't necessarily have high-quality band Wi-Fi, that you completely move your thing to a streaming model, you're fucking stupid! This is the reason. This is the reason why you lose customers.
Well, right now we are being informed that Pettis is walking to the cage, so we haven't missed out yet, but we're trying to figure out what's going on here. We're trying to get you the coverage that you so desperately need. ESPN Plus. I mean, if you log in to watch a 30 for 30, does it work? Just to log in?
We were just watching ESPN Plus.
Yeah, that's how we were watching the prelims, right? That was on ESPN Plus. And then they kicked us out. Thumbs down, a lot of thumbs down emojis. You know what? Save those for fucking ESPN. What are you pissed at us for?
I am astonished with ESPN Plus's ability to just be generally terrible. It's amazing to me that this app is continually subscribe now. I'm subscribed. You jerk-offs.
Saying there was a problem with the account, and then they give you a phone number because it's 1973. There's nothing better to fix an internet problem than 1973 style techniques here.
And finally,
read the chat, yeah.
Finally, I have the answer to one of our problems.
Okay, there we go. Buffer is announcing the opening fight right now. That's good to know. A couple people saying they had the same problem. Who do you got in this fight? The first fight? Pettis versus Diego. I like Pettis. I mean, I know he's been 3-3 in the last 6 fights. Losses to Diaz, Tony Ferguson, and Dustin Poirier. But those are, those are some pretty good fights to end up losing.
And now it's
there
on.
We go.
Fight is started.
Finally, God bless America.
ESPN Plus is garbage.
There we go. So if we've learned anything tonight.
3:45 into round number 1. Pettis jogging. Ferreira controlling the center of the octagon. Pettis with his back to the cage. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, I'm Matt Ryan, joined by Harry Terjanian. We're glad that all 1,200 of you are here with us right now.
Thank you for sticking around through that debacle again. ESPN Plus sucks ass.
It does. Let's get the hashtag going. ESPN Plus is trash.
And we will be finishing this bottle of Plopper.
Oh, you bet your sweet
Proper
fucking
12.
bippy we will. Pettis swings to the right hand, looping right hand, barely lands. On his bicycle here, body kicks, a little side kick from Pettis with his right leg, and Ferreira feigning a knee, throwing a right hand, barely landing on Pettis.
And Ferreira with tattoos of all his family on his chest and biceps.
Ferreira, actually, once he passes away, his chest will be donated to the Whitney Museum in New York City.
I mean, they're great pieces.
Single underhook by Ferreira, who's got Pettis pressed up against the cage. Pettis the favorite going into tonight's fight. A little bit about Anthony Pettis, 3-3 in his last 6 fights, with losses to Nate Diaz, which was in his most recent fight at UFC 241. Ferreira taking him down against the cage, has his back, and now is trying to go for a rear naked choke. Pettis trying to slip out of it on his side.
He might have the choke.
Ferreira might have that RNC, and he doesn't have it hooked all the way in. He's just got a part of the forearm underneath the throat of Pettis. Pettis trying to battle out of it here. The former UFC and WEC lightweight champion in trouble in the early going.
It looks like he's breathing heavy, too.
Right hand, and now Ferreira back at it, trying to cinch it in. Pettis moving his body on his side now, but now completely giving up his back to Ferreira. Minute 52 left to go, and now on top is Pettis, and now they will scramble back up. Single leg by Pettis, but Ferreira doing a savate kick, head kick by Pettis, but Ferreira just eats it like he's the Grimace eating a McNugget. Left hand missed by Ferreira.
And now Ferreira grabbing Pettis' leg, getting him in the corner, brushing him up against the cage here.
And Harry, that is what Pettis needed. I think he's losing this round right now. But
still a minute 20 though left.
Trying to take down Pettis. He's got the hooks in, like a belly to belly suplex, a little Magnum TA action.
Some knees into the quads there.
Trying to just swell up that knee, trying to drop Pettis, trying to lower his base. Knee to the midsection, knee to the ribs, by Pettis, who's still pressed up against the fence. He'll get away, throw a right hand and a high left kick.
And both
missing on that one.
Back to the center of the octagon here. And now they're both sort of exchanging some punches, a couple quick,
1-2 combination. S. Whitman in the chat saying, you guys are a great plan B instead of paying $60. Well, we paid $60 for you. I don't know how many times I just paid $60 for this fight.
We're going to find that out.
Tom's getting the bill, so I really, Tom SB Nation, our boss.
Nice. Mr. SB Nation?
Yes, of the Guadalajara SB Nations. 20 seconds left to go in round number 1.
A little side control there from
CD calling us
Ferreira.
The best commentators in the game. I'll take that compliment.
Thank you. So good we had to start the first half of this fight without the fight. Ooh!
Pettis from the bottom pushed up, did a spinneroonie kick to the back of Ferreira's head, dropped him down to one knee, and Pettis survives the round,
end of the round
with style points.
Well, let's see what the corner has to say here. Oh, Pettis just, they're telling Ferreira to shoot for the chest. Let's not fall into the fence, they say.
Larsovic saying, now I know what Brendan Shaw means by Cheeto eating fat fucks means.
That we're Cheeto eating fat fucks?
You don't even like Cheetos.
I prefer Doritos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Lay's, a Wise Cheese Doodle fan, but, tweets their own.
Well, tell Brendan Schwab that his comedy special stunk.
You know what?
As
you can't stick to sports, Brendan
Whatever,
Shaw.
I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm not challenging him to a
I know,
fight.
but you're
I'm saying
calling
I'm
an
a better...
MMA fight right now. As a color commentator.
Well, he called me a fat fuck.
Not Brendan Shaw, this guy.
Well, then you're an asshole. How about that? I like Brendan Schwab. I have no problem, but his comedy special wasn't that great. As a working stand-up comedian, I have a problem with it. Anyway.
Tyler I saying, I agree, Matt's killing it. It sucks that Harry kept his shoes on.
That I kept my shoes on?
Yeah, someone saying Joe Rogan can go sit and spin. We've got fans, Harry. This is weird. And now Ferreira getting Pettis against the cage again, trying to go for a single leg takedown. Great defense by Pettis. Now going into a version of an ankle lock, getting Pettis down on the one knee, both knees now, in a pseudo-yoga position. Ferreira on his back, taking his back, rolling over. Now both men down, and Ferreira going once again for that rear naked choke. Trying to get out of it is Pettis. 4:25 left to go in the round. Pettis in trouble.
Already here.
Really regretting all those wontons I ate before we went on the air right now.
Oh, boy.
Ferreira
to pull himself out of that rear naked choke, but Ferreira on top of him again.
Trying to mount him against the cage. Ferreira on top of Pettis. Pettis in trouble here. Once again, giving up the back to Ferreira. Just over a minute gone by here in round number 2. 3:51 left to go. And now Ferreira continuing to pile on the punishment of the former UFC lightweight champion. If you were at the start of the last decade and you said Anthony Pettis would be opening a pay-per-view against a guy like Diego Ferreira, a young up-and-comer who's 16-2, biggest fight of his career to date. His last major fight was a 2015 loss to Dustin Poirier. For Pettis, as I said earlier, he lost to Nate Diaz in Diaz's comeback fight. But Ferreira trying to lock in that rear naked choke. Pettis taps. Pettis has tapped out Diego Ferreira, getting the victory here.
And he is hobbling.
And that right knee is worse for wear. What an effort by Ferreira. Damn.
Wow. And Pettis a little bit shook up, a little bit disappointed, but no doubt about it. He gave up his back, and who knows what would have happened if this fight had kept going, because Ferreira is really limping. Wow, let's look at the highlights here.
Ferreira walking into tonight an unranked fighter with a 5-fight winning streak, and he just beat the pants off of Anthony Pettis.
Wow.
That shows you how screwed up the UFC ranking system is. They were trying, Pettis coming off a loss, Pettis going 3-3 in his last 6 fights with losses to Nate Diaz, Tony Ferguson, and Dustin Poirier, and now has his 10th career loss as Diego Ferreira, setting himself up to get into the top 10 here tonight.
Wow, this is... What a hell of a finish there. Kind of a side almost. He didn't even fully have the back. A side rear naked choke. And now the Herb Dean will raise the hand here, but it is official here. Bruce Buffer dressed like Michael Douglas in a Liberace movie.
He looks like what I think Prince's living room would look like.
That's true. By submission, by rear naked choke, Diego Ferreira.
And also a side note, the lightweight and welterweight rankings only go up to 12 in honor of proper number 12. What's getting me through this fakakta card?
All right, Joe Rogan asking him. He said he had a very unique strategy moving towards him with one leg up. Did he practice it? And he says, no. He was just kicking me real hard, so I was trying to avoid the leg kicks. The leg kicks hurt from Pettis, he said. Rogan says it was beautiful jiu-jitsu. They want to look at the highlights here. He managed to get his back go behind him. And more of a neck crank than a rear naked choke.
Also doing my public relations for me in the chat.
Oh, trying to make up for the fact that you're cursing and drinking first start of the show. Rogan asked him if there's something hurt. He thinks he popped something.
Oof.
But longest active win streaks at 6 for...
in the lightweight division,
Diego
behind
Ferreira.
Khabib and Tony Ferguson. So if that doesn't put you in title contention, I don't know what does.
It's hell. Rogan saying his last loss was in 2015. This fight was his most impressive so far. How happy is he with his performance?
Oh, that's strong.
And where do you feel like you fit in? He wants to thank God and his family and his teammates.
Kosh Frey, the only reason I drink it with Coke is because I have to broadcast for 4 hours, so I need caffeine. And also, me having massive heartburn during a broadcast is uncouth. And also, it's Ferreira's 35th birthday.
Wow.
My man's is
Jesus.
35, 17-2, third best winning streak in the division, and he can't get a title shot.
Well,
Sean Shelby, what you doing?
Maybe now that'll change after that impressive second round.
And a shout out
Submission.
to Normal with our fact checking tonight. The Schwab of our UFC live streams.
Nice.
Christian McCaffrey in the audience, a fantastic football player, the son of Ed McCaffrey. And Mark Davis!
God.
Mark Davis
What
is in
the-
the crowd
what
with the
the-
bowl cut! My man's looking like...
What the fuck is wrong with him?
He's a billionaire!
Like, I can't even come up with a quip. What the fuck is wrong with him?
He drives a conversion van to work.
I mean, he looks like a character in an Adam Sandler film. And Tom Brady's there. But lost in all this, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Google Mark Davis. I don't even think you have to Google fucked up haircuts. The man is a billionaire. I mean, he's mentally ill.
Joe Blow too. I know, but I need to get through this somehow.
What is he saying here?
Saying don't drink if it gives you agita.
Yeah, well.
I do a lot of things to myself that I shouldn't.
He shouldn't do long before we get to the drinking part. I mean,
people are asking for us to lose weight. Yeah. Someone asking what Normal is wearing. He's just a tuxedo. It's weird. Like
with the sleeves cut off.
Yeah.
Which is very weird.
He's dressed like everybody who attended the 1987 Slammies.
Oh, nice. The sleeves cut off. But also, he's wearing a tuxedo, one of those tuxedo T-shirts, underneath his tuxedo shirt, though. And he has an actual cummerbund. So that's what's going on with Normal. We want to lose weight. I'm working on it. I don't think Matt's working on it.
I got a lot of other things going on. Like, where's Normal? Where's that thing we're giving away tonight? Where did we put that? Somewhere.
The junk that we're getting rid of?
We're getting...
Shut
up.
Prizes?
Shut up. Benzo loves us. He doesn't care what other people say.
That's all right. Neither do we.
And folks, we're giving something away tonight.
Now, John, they're running a promo here for the John Jones.
John Jones coming back at UFC. Our next broadcast at UFC 247 on February 8th.
Hopefully by that point we'll get the ESPN app to work properly.
Yes. Nicholas Pete calling me the next Jim Ross. By God,
wow. Does that mean you're going to get cerebral palsy?
He doesn't have cerebral palsy. He's got Bell's palsy.
Bell's palsy, jeez.
But let's not talk about a man's ailments. Let's talk about...
I love Jim Ross, by the way.
We all do.
Yeah.
But tonight, Harry, we're giving something away.
We are giving
stuff. 4 things away. And we are going to be giving away... Scott Brackett saying, investigate intermittent fasting. Harry does intermittent.
Yes. I got to do more consistent.
In between going to hula hands...
I got to be more consistent with what I do. But thank you for the tips. It's much appreciated. Let's see, we're still running the John Jones promo here.
So, Harry, we're giving away these Brock Nelson bobbleheads that I got at a hockey game about 3 years ago.
Right.
We will be signing the boxes. Harry and I will sign these boxes.
Okay.
Our favorite comments tonight. We will be giving these away, and if you DM us, if we announce your name as the winner, DM us at MMA Mania on Instagram or Twitter, and we will find a way to get these to you, signed by myself and Harry.
There we go. We will get them to you. If you're a fan of Brock Nelson of the New York Islanders, this is a sweet day. If you're not, and you like collecting junk, well, congrats. The upcoming fight, UFC 247, February 8th, Saturday night, of course. Jones versus Reyes. March 7th, UFC 248.
Adesanya and Romero. Oh, that's going to be bananas.
That is going to be fantastic.
And 2 years after they were initially supposed to fight Khabib and Tony Ferguson on April 18th at Barclays Center, the site of
Taylor Swift concert?
No, of when Conor threw the goddamn guardrail.
Through the guardrail.
Nick W. wanting a bobblehead. You gotta say
something funny.
You need to make us laugh. You need to make us chortle or giggle before the main event.
And then we'll throw those out. We got 4 of them, right?
Yeah, we got 4. We'll be giving away 4 of these.
Is there any other junk we want? I mean, prizes? Any other prizes
we can? You know what? We can give away something else. I don't know.
And shout out to Coco, the Wonder Dog, the mascot of the MMA Mania coverage. SB Nation, bringing you the coverage.
And coming up next will be a bantamweight fight between Brian Kelleher, who does the raps. Harry.
Oh no.
He does the hip hops.
It's never good when any athlete does music, right? I mean, who's the best athlete that's ever done music or hip hop? If you're gonna pick one or the other,
Deion Sanders.
What? I don't remember it.
Allen Iverson.
The best one so far was Shaq when he did that freestyle, "Kobe, How My Ass Taste." If you want to look that up on YouTube, I mean that's a catchy hook. Kobe, Kobe, how my ass tastes. Kobe.
Brian Kelleher saying ranked number 1. He's the top ranked rapper from thescrap.com.
Thescrap.com.
And number 3 is Mike Perry, who recently got in trouble for calling someone the N-word on Twitter.
But was it in a freestyle, though?
It was not in a freestyle. It was...
Have you listened to the new Eminem?
I've not. I gotta listen to that maybe on Monday.
All right.
This coming in from Samaj. We are the Blues Brothers of UFC commentary.
In that one of us is gonna die of an overdose? Which one? Probably Matt.
Why?
I don't know. I mean,
family experience. Yeah, you put in genetic factors.
But we'll see. Blues Brothers, Stephanie Satili's favorite movie.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Inside joke.
DVL 17 saying smoke marijuana. No comment.
Been there, done that. We don't do drug testing here. We're allowed to...
Yeah, I'm not saying that on the internet, though.
Oh, yeah, you got a job.
I have a career to worry about.
I'm a stand-up comedian and a podcaster. I don't work for anybody.
I hire you for 90% of your jobs.
That's true. By the way, you could go to @HarryTerjanian. That is all my social media if you want to know about stand-up dates, if you want to hear about the Man School 202 podcast, the Unwanted sketch comedy show. That's going on. A lot of stuff going on.
If you want to see Brian Kelleher's rap career, you can go to boombk.com. That is boom, as in boom shakalaka. BK, as in the borough I was born and raised in, .com.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of anybody else who's had a good music career as an athlete. It's rare.
There's not a lot of them.
Terry Bradshaw did a couple albums, right?
Yes, he did a lot. Yes, during the West Coast rap wars.
That's right. Terry Bradshaw was involved. Didn't he start that whole melee at the Source Awards?
Yes, he did.
So let me get this. You all got no love for Pittsburgh? No love for Pittsburgh. Is that how it's working?
Tony Jewell Jr. wanting me to read his joke. What was your joke? He wants me to read a joke that puts over the size of my Giannis Papas. Matt's penis is so big when he tries to send a D pic, it says, "Sorry, this file is too large to send." I've become an internet god.
There we go.
This is going to end poorly.
Oh, boy. I don't think it wins one yet.
Patriot Man saying, the guy with the beard think he better than he is. He is not funny. I'm not the funny one of these two. The real Moop 78 saying, a Brock Nelson bobblehead, I will make you laugh. Please keep it.
Wait, please keep it? I mean, you made you laugh, so maybe he gets one.
I like that all of the T-Mobile Arena guys have to wear the exact same outfit that a manager of a T-Mobile store would wear.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, the ties do. Well, maybe that just matches.
Harry was just voted the Megan O'Leary of SBNation.com, according to RateMyHair.com.
Yeah, it's an in-between phase.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm growing it out a little bit. And it's that weird phase where, it's very like Dorothy
You have
Hamill.
longer hair than me right now, which has not been the usual.
Yeah, I'm growing it out a little bit. We'll see what happens. Shout out to Propecia.
Breaking all the kayfabe there.
Yeah, I don't give it.
Odie Robinson making his way to the octagon has won 3 fights
Osborn.
by KO, TKO, 4 by submission, and only 1 decision throughout his career. From Jamaica, Ozzy Osbourne's secret family. Shout out to Diesel Samero. He's walking into the octagon tonight with a 4-fight win streak. Has not lost since 2017. This is his UFC main roster debut, Harry.
On a Conor McGregor card, no less.
And Odie, obviously, Normal's favorite fighter.
That's right.
He earned his contract on the Tuesday Night Contender Series with a submission win over Armando Villarreal. All of his last 4 fights have been won by stoppage, whether it's 1 by TKO or 3 by submission.
Let's see here. And this is his first fight, man. That's some big pressure here.
Second fight of the main card of a UFC pay-per-view going up against a guy.
And I don't know, the body language to me looks like he is... it's a weird... There's some focus there, but definitely feels very stiff a little bit. I think he's kind of trying to catch his breath, but I don't know. I'm not a body language expert.
Really? You? No?
No.
No?
I mean, he's a great athlete here, but it's interesting to... He's taking a second before getting into the cage.
I'm praying to somebody, somewhere. Praying to some noun.
A brief form of meditation there.
This is not a short prayer. Rocking the Left My Wallet in El Segundo phase of the Tribe Called Quest haircut.
That's a deep cut, man.
Thank you.
It's a deep cut, but finally he goes into the octagon. That's a long sort of...
Harry, this just in from the McGregor locker room. The Tyson Fury record we spoke of earlier in the evening has just been broken.
What?
He went 9.
Oh, wow. In the locker room?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's a T-Mobile Arena, so service is spotty, but the Wi-Fi is good.
Well, you're saying he needs internet to do that? He can't do it au naturel? See,
well,
he needs performance.
It's 2020.
He needs performance enhancement?
Well, EPO gives you some good stuff. Samaj J saying, I would punt my father into a bowl of mayonnaise to see this fight live. Matthew Souza saying...
I mean, you could give $60 instead.
Yeah, that's easier.
I mean...
it's all the mirrors, Harry. It's all
what you're willing to do. Just tell your dad you would do it and give him $60 instead. Or get $60 instead. And now Brian Kelleher making his way here, doing the check-in.
Kelleher looking exactly what a white rapper in 2020 would look like. Looking like my buddy Dan Yanofsky, freelance writer. Kind of looking like a bearded version of Dan.
There we go. That's a real deep cut. And he has a tattoo of a skull that has headphones on it.
That
maybe one of the worst tattoos I've ever seen.
That is a UFC 3 creative fighter tattoo. Kelleher with the third shortest average fight time among active bantamweights with 8:01, sixth highest striking rating above for active UFC bantamweights, has finished 15 of his 19 victories, 8 by submission, 7 by way of knockout.
Wow, here we go. It's going to be interesting. And a big tattoo of Jesus across the chest.
Got to cover all your bases there.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the tats going on. I have no problem if you're religious, but I'm just saying the combination of the Jesus tattoo with the skull wearing Beats headphones is...
Are you sure they're Beats? Let's look at the tail of the tape. Kelleher 33, Osborn 28. 5'7.5", 5.5 feet, 5'7.5" for Osborn, 5'6" for Kelleher. Kelleher walking in at 136, Osborn walking in at 135. Osborn with a 73-inch reach advantage to Kelleher's 66.
Let's see here.
Jason B. King asking if Skull Candy was a sponsor. Shout out to those who shopped at Radio Shack till they went out of business.
Skull Candy. For when you want headphones, but only for a month at a time. Skull Candy. For when you don't have the other $5 to buy the cheap Sonys that work, that everyone uses.
Someone saying, comparing me to Seth Rogen and you to De Niro in Casino.
That's both a compliment and an insult to me, because I remember what glasses De Niro wore in Casino.
It's Aces High.
Aces High. Why is the gaming commissioner hosting a talk show or whatever? The head of the forget it. It's a great movie, Casino. Shout out to The Irishman if you have
that is a really good movie.
Really
Mark
good,
Smith
really long.
Will be our referee. The official introductions are done. This coming in from the instant feedback. Speaking of Skull Candy, the McGregor locker room writer just failed the drug test.
Oh, wow.
The writer, yeah.
The writer?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Oh, and a little bit of a crawl here. That's an interesting... Whoa! A crawl and a leap from Osborn.
Osborn getting things started.
The blood sport technique.
Going for a head kick blocked by Kelleher. Captured the leg, did Osborn, of a body kick by Kelleher. Kelleher pacing and circling. Osborn controlling the center of the octagon. We are over 20 seconds gone by, in round number 1. Quick 1-2 combination by Kelleher, left and a right. Quick left and a right from Osborn. Low kick by Kelleher. Quick combination by Osborn. 4:25 left to go in round number 1. And Osborn starting things out here, slowing down the pace, though, after an initial start. And Kelleher going for a takedown. Osborn stuffing it, but Kelleher double-legging.
Wow.
Osborn against the octagon. And Osborn in trouble, trying to maintain control. Shoots a right hand right into the jaw of Kelleher.
Kelleher wrapping those legs around Osborn, giving him nowhere to go. Osborn with his back up against the cage. And now he drags him down a little bit away from the cage. Kelleher on top. Oh, some elbows from Osborn.
Bionic elbows from Osborn to the head of Kelleher.
Channeling the inner Dusty Rhodes, baby.
That's right, baby. And Osborn in trouble on bottom position, wrapping his legs around Kelleher. And trying to fight out of this in quick strikes. 3:34 left to go in round number 1. Interlocking the legs is Osborn. Driving the elbow right into the point of the head of Kelleher. Now Osborn crawling up Kelleher's body, trying to possibly go for a triangle choke. In trouble here, trying to battle back. Early going of round 1. Kelleher landing a few right hands. And right now, both men trying to keep things going. Osborn slowing Kelleher down, wrapping his left arm around the neck and the back of the head of Kelleher.
Wow. Wow. Some shots to the rib from Kelleher, holding on to him. There's still 3 minutes left in this first round.
Osborn came in hot, and now Kelleher in control in terms of positioning, but Osborn staying active, throwing those elbows, trying to find a way to press out. and trying to find a way to make this a little bit more of an even fight. Kelleher going for side control. Osborn pressing the outside of his body against the cage, putting his back against it, and the guillotine choke attempt by Kelleher. Now standing on both feet, Osborn still down, feet and ass planted firmly on the canvas of the octagon.
Feet and ass. Did Howard Cosell ever use the terms feet and ass?
Feet and ass planted firmly on the canvas. Guillotine and choke attempt by Kelleher. And that one is over. Osborn taps out, and Kelleher gets the victory here. 20th career victory, and Robinson getting his third career loss. Osborn getting his third career loss.
And Kelleher, not even enough time to bust out a freestyle here. We don't even have time to look up any of the rapping that Kelleher does.
Osborn, a assistant teacher in the state of Wisconsin, just got taken to school here tonight in Las Vegas by Kelleher.
He's going to be
Take a look at the replay here. A single leg takedown by Osborn attempt stuffed. Grabbed the left hip of Osborn, scooped him up, and then dropped him down. And then from there, Kelleher just went to work, controlled positioning, tried to go for that choke a little earlier in the fight, and then just kept working at it, and breaking Osborn down until Osborn tapped out with his feet.
Wow.
And take a look here at the guillotine.
That positioning was fantastic. I mean,
great interlocking, and then watch the right foot, Harry. Taps out with his right foot.
He tapped with his foot. I've never seen that before in a fight. Wow.
And that is Kelleher's 9th career submission, Harry. His 9th career win by submission. That is by far the the easiest way for him to win. Getting 7 wins by knockout, 4 by decision, and Osborn not happy with himself, ending a big winning streak, and in his UFC debut falling pretty hard in the first round.
Wow. Kelleher. Bruce Buffer gonna announce the winner. Winner by submission. Brian Boom Kelleher.
And a shout out to Bill Geisler saying thanks for the commentary, gents. Well, thank you for watching us. We're really glad you guys are with us here tonight. Once again, we'll be giving away these Brock Nelson bobbleheads to somebody, to 4 different people here tonight. And we will let you know.
Let's see Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan saying that guillotine was absolutely beautiful. That's one of my things. That's the guillotine I look for. If it's there, I'm going to take it. And the positioning of that. Once I got him to the ground.
Just insane. Just an insane performance by Kelleher.
That's
good. High-level mixed martial arts right there.
Rogan asking him if he forced the arm in. Kelleher saying that's his submission right there.
Kelleher snapping a 2-fight losing streak, Harry, which he was finished in both fights.
Wow.
That's pretty much saved his job in the UFC. Like, that's your back against the wall and having the performance of your life on pay-per-view.
I mean, tremendous. His back was against the wall. He lost 2 fights in a row. This is my time to keep my job in here. And I was going to make sure that was going to happen for sure. And I haven't gotten to meet for Joe Rogan yet. That was on my list too. No freestyle rapping? Come on. I managed to find some of the freestyle rapping that Kelleher did. I'll pull it up for you.
Oh, no, don't do that. It's that new hot fire. I'm waiting for, like, freerapbeats.com.
Oh, no,
you're going to get us... Yeah, you're going to get us taken off the internet. Stop it.
That's not him?
Stop it. Stop it.
Is that not him?
Stop it. Kamaru Usman in the crowd.
Are you sure that's not him?
No. Looking like the man from the yellow coat in Curious George books. Jorge Masvidal, BMF belt in hand.
He still has the BMF belt.
Yes, he does. With Steve-O
in the background.
I shared a flight with Jorge Masvidal. Me and Nermal did after the Combate Americas experiment.
Yeah, how was that?
He was just quiet. Like it was just a flight from McAllen to Houston?
Well, that's a great story, but I got to share a bathroom at Whole Foods with Jorge Masvidal, and he did wash his hands. True story,
You
guys.
said Nate Diaz the last time.
Was it Nate? Oh, it was Nate Diaz. Sorry.
Jackass.
Sorry, I'm going to look up more raps from...
Tony Jewell Jr. saying Mad Matt and Harry Dice Clay. Optic AR asking, how's that drink treating you, Matt? Oh, I feel lovely right now. I feel fantastic, Harold.
I feel a lot better than when the ESPN app
was.
was.
I was about to punch our television. I was about to punch our very expensive television. Nearly 1,400 people with us live right now on YouTube. Thank you to everybody watching us all across the world. I saw people from China.
Nice.
Let us know where you're watching from.
Let us know where you're coming from. I know a couple people in Ireland asking some questions. People always asking what time the fight starts, which is...
Well, you know what, Harry? We have someone special here with us tonight.
Yeah.
You should probably see if they're available to talk to us right now.
Why didn't we use this to kill time before when?
He's been very quiet. He wanted to wait. It's our friend. It's our friend Dan. Hi, Dan. Hold on.
Dan is silent.
Dan A. White joining us.
Dan A. White.
Yes.
We would get sued.
We would get sued. Dan, anything if you want to tell the fans?
Oscar De La Hoya is an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
No comment, Dana. Just leave it. No comment. Just no comment. Hold on, Dana.
Dan A. White.
And that will be Dan A. White will be joining us throughout.
That was worth it.
It was worth it.
That was worth buying the puppet on Amazon, and then having to give it a haircut. We'll see. We'll see more.
We'll be seeing more of Dan A. White over the next weeks and months.
We'll see. Dan A. White was because we don't want to get sued because it's parody.
Yes, it's a parody. It's a character like Mr.
It's a
Imus.
character. Mr. Shout out to Don Imus. Oh, this is a stupid show. What are we doing?
Shout out to Nicole Bamber from Wigan in the UK. Josh Russell saying they drink while they work, but we have to be professional. Who's saying that?
The who drinks while they work?
Who says anything about being professional?
Yeah.
This is clearly not that.
We got wild dogs roaming the studio. This is a completely
We're
unprofessional.
in an airport hangar in Teterboro, for God's sake.
They do the promo here. Just gearing up for the
Well,
next
Harry,
fight.
you know what? Have a talk with the chat really quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, let's check out what's going on. Dan A. White doesn't like normal. Be careful.
Oh, that's the truth.
Can we watch the fight here? No, for the 1000th time, no. Why do you think we're doing this? How many times? I mean, use your brain. No. Don't you think we would have shown the fight if we could? Any predictions? I predict that Conor's going to come out and win this thing. It's been a long time. I think he also, you can see in the pressers, he's a little bit more relaxed. I think he needs this win to get back on track for his brand, for business purposes, for sure. What up from Toronto? Hey, go Leafs, huh? Screw Mike Babcock. How about that? How about some play-by-play? There's no fight happening. We're going to do play-by-play. Sheffield, England, Georgia, all the great places. Oklahoma. Thank you so much. Checking a lot of people. Thank you for joining us here from Las Vegas, Nevada, where the fights are happening. We are here in Teterboro, New Jersey. And Conor McGregor showing up in a three-piece suit, channeling his inner Vince McMahon, wearing the aviator shades a little bit, you know, looking like $1 million, which would be a downgrade for Conor McGregor, but you know the saying. And that is an amazing suit. The pocket handkerchief hanging out. His wife looking fantastic as well. It is a treat anytime we get to see Conor McGregor. He's one of those guys who transcends the sport. I'd love to see him in WWE at some point, but I think he's still got a lot of fights left in him. So it's going to be fantastic. He is in the building officially. And apparently, according to our statisticians, broke the record that Tyson Fury set for most solo fights, if you know what I mean. as he prepares. But the next fight is the heavyweight fight taking place. Alexei Oleinik versus Maurice Green. And let's see what's going to happen here. Let's check what's going on with the chats here. Somebody ice fishing. Thank you. Harry Matt saving us a boatload of money. Well, let's not say that out loud. Once they catch on to this, they'll shut us down. This is all for charity.
Yes, the charity of keeping us in our home.
We're helping out those kids.
Paying our rent.
Maurice Green.
Gunner saying I could sell a kidney on the black market and still get less money than Conor McGregor would selling used bathwater.
How is it? Is it any good? I mean, it's pretty good, no?
Yeah, I think he meant his actual bathwater.
I thought he was referring to the proper 12.
It gets you drunk. I'll say that at the very least. It gets you drunk.
Well, it's whiskey. I mean, it's got one job. If it's not getting you drunk, it's not whiskey. It's Avion. Come on. All right, since you took a break, I'm going to take a quick break real quick while we set up for this fight. You do it.
Alexei Oleinik taking on Maurice Green in our next fight. We're so glad you're here with us tonight on the SBN MMA YouTube channel. I'm Matt Ryan, joined by Harry Terjanian, who's trying to find a way to walk past the camera. This is the entertaining part of it for me, folks, to see if Harry knocks anything out. And he didn't. Good job, Harry. We'll take a look at the chat. Bryce Bledsaw saying, who does Matt want to win in the main event? I will give my prediction for the main event right before the main event as Maurice Green makes his way down to the octagon. 2 wins by knockout, 4 by submission, 2 by decision for Green. Has a 3-fight winning streak walking into tonight since the Ultimate Fighter finale when he was submitted by Michael Batista. A loss back in October to Sergey Pavlovich by TKO back in Singapore. And has probably one of the best nicknames in mixed martial arts. He calls himself the Crochet Boss. That's right, the Crochet Boss. Optic AR asking, who do I have in the Holly Holm fight? Really don't know. And a shout out to Ghost of Gigi, Gigi Allen. Pour one out for your boy. Terrible tragedy that he passed away so young. But for the Holly Holm fight against Rocky Pennington, I think Pennington may have her number. Holm a bit on the downside slide in her career. That loss to Nunes might be very demoralizing for her. It'll be interesting to see how Holly kind of bounces back from that and see if she can kind of jettison herself back into conversation in regards to a title shot. Oleinik, the opponent tonight, Alexei Oleinik, is not only the only fighter to win by Ezekiel choke in UFC history, but he holds the record for the most Ezekiel chokes in MMA history, but not a fan of Ezekiel bread. If you don't know what Ezekiel bread is, if you go to your supermarket and you check the frozen section and you see the bread with Bible proverbs, that's Ezekiel bread, and it's very weird. Why don't you just walk behind me?
That's a good idea next time.
Yeah. Gunner asking who would win in an MMA fight, me or CM Punk. Well, CM...
That's a close one.
Yeah. Let's see. CM Punk trains with Rufus Sport, was a high-level athlete for the better part of 2 decades, and I'm drunk in my living room. I'm going to go with Phil on that one.
You know, CM Punk is 0-2. That's 2 more fights than I had, and I haven't even competed. So.
Yeah, I've not been in a fist fight since I was 16 years old.
And that
about
was,
half my
and
life.
that was with a woman over a Danish.
It was a good Danish.
It was a good Danish.
I lost that fight.
And that time you took that chocolate babka from that old lady. So.
An interesting stat about Alexei Oleinik. Not only is he the first MMA fighter to fight in 4 decades. Fought in the 90s, fought in the 2000s, the 2010s, and now the 2020s. Harry, he fought for Yama Pit Fighting.
Jesus, Yama Pit Fighting.
Yama Pit Fighting, which was hosted by Scott Farrell in 2008, where it featured an actual pit.
How can I be the man when you're the man?
Shake it up.
Shake it up, Scott Farrell.
Oki saying, Matt, I've never been in a fist fight. No, I've been in a fist fight. I've not won a fist fight, but I've been in a fist fight.
How many fist fights have you lost? What's your record on the streets?
Oof. Are we counting when I was a child? Like, what's the cut? What's the age?
What age did you start street fighting?
8.
What the hell happened at 8 that you were street fighting?
It was Brooklyn in the 90s.
Shout out to the BK. Let's see. Olenek just looking like a guy who many mechanics that I've had in my life. But
he looks like a composite of what an older UFC heavyweight would look like.
I mean, he is, you know.
He looks like a guy who would be in a B movie about mixed martial arts.
Yeah, but I mean, a dangerous guy, no doubt about it.
Trevor Orison saying I look like Zach Galifianakis. I cut my hair.
That's fair.
I cut my beard in half. I had my barber Chewy cut my beard in half.
I mean, he's still.
And I still look
still
like
there.
Zach. Tony Jewell, if you want to donate, throw a little buck in the chat function. You'll see a $sign right below you. You want to click that, and you can donate money to the cause that way. Or you can kind of just Venmo me. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape here. Olenek 42, Green 33. Green walking in at 6'7" to Olenek 6'2". But only having a half an inch reach advantage. Olenek with an 80-inch reach and Green with an 80.5-inch reach. Green walking in at 243 pounds to the 238 of Olenek. And now Prince's Living Room, a.k.a. Bruce Buffer, with the official introductions. Harry, taking a look at this fight right now. Do you pick Green? Do you pick Mo Green? Or do you pick Olenek? Do you go with experience? Or do you go with someone who's a Vegas favorite, stands at 6'7"? Dude looks like a brick shithouse.
I got to go with Maurice Green here on this one. I think it's... And just the level of excitement leaning into Bruce Buffer's face to join him in making the announcements, and the security guard telling him to stay back. Just mind your own fucking business, will you? I don't have a good time. That's supposed to protect Bruce Buffer. Bruce is fine. Everybody loves Bruce, except his brother, Michael Buffer.
His half-brother.
Whatever.
John Smith wanting us to kiss. Olenek, Gunner calling Olenek the Vince Carter of MMA, which is true.
Which is true.
Vince Carter playing in 4 decades in the
Playing
NBA.
with the Atlanta Hawks at this point?
I believe so, yeah.
Wow. Keith Peterson, the referee.
Keith Peterson sounding like an NHL enforcer in the early 1990s, and Alexei Olenek looking like a post-Soviet. Wow. He looks like one of those guys that was signed by the WHA.
Oh, my God.
And here we go. Green in black board shorts. Low kick takes down Olenek immediately. Cut him down like a tree.
He kind of slipped.
I think they were calling it a slip too, and not a knockdown. Peterson holding him at bay. Green just doing can kicks. Uppercut by Green, pacing around the octagon. Olenek,
you can see
Green has
a lot more speed than Olenek.
Yeah, he is way more fluid in his motion. Missing high with a head kick. Opening the door to Olenek. Belly to back body lock. Standing up now. Green trying to break it. Trying to slip out of it here. Olenek's back against the octagon. And now Green just dragging him. But Olenek taking him down to the ground. He's got Green's back in a weird way. Did he take him down to the
ground, or did Green kind of lean back and just drop on top of him almost?
And now a Kimura attempt by Green, and Olenek slipping out of that and slipping out of a guillotine attempt by Green. But now attempting side control.
Olenek somehow manages to slip out of that and get on top here.
It has been a slippery minute and 11 seconds for Maurice Green and Alexei Olenek. Side control now by Olenek as Green's feet press firmly against the cage inside the octagon.
And Olenek now, side control here. Green trying to push off the cage. All of a sudden, a lot of the quickness and both of them down. Kind of both of them breathing a little bit here, maybe taking a respite, but Olenek trying to clasp those hands together, and Maurice is in a lot of trouble.
Maurice Green, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt under Brock Larson.
Maurice Green has a triangle choke, but
broke out of it.
Olenek broke out of it.
An interesting stat, Harry. Maurice Green is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt under Brock Larson at Start Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Illinois, which means nothing against Olenek.
That's right. Oh, I mean, some good wrestling and grappling from the two of these.
Oleinik not only beat Mark Hunt, but he beat Mirko Cro Cop. Oleinik beat Cro Cop, and he fought Niyama.
What year, too? Because that might have been... Oh, wait, Green going for a triangle choke.
He also fought in Bodog Fight, which is like one of the most...
So now it sounds like you're just making up
that
places.
was a real thing. And once again, both men now standing. Reverse waistlock still applied by Oleinik. Green trying to find a way out. Trips Oleinik down. And now going for a guillotine choke is Green. Gets out of that and now just starts punching Oleinik in the side of the head. 2:13 left to go in round number 1.
Oleinik just trying to push Green against the cage here, but he's taking a couple shots to the side of the head. And now Maurice Green just leaning against the back of the cage a little bit, trying to hold on.
Oleinik in top position, trying to go for a mount here. Green's elbow pressed still against the octagon. And his high top Grant Hill in 1994 fade.
Those are
in
back
trouble.
in style.
I know they are, and it bothers me.
Oh, an elbow from Oleinik.
Makes me miss Belle Biv DeVoe. And Green just pushing off the octagon and then scooting his tuchus like he was a cat. And now Oleinik in side control, going for a Kimura. Don't know if it's necessarily locked in. Keith Peterson checking as Green stuck in a potential Kimura by Oleinik with a minute 10 left to go in round number 1.
He's trying to slip out. Can he slip out?
He's got that length advantage, and that length is a gift and a curse because that gives a whole lot more room as Oleinik cinching in now at this attempt at a Kimura.
He's squeezing him.
Just trying to boa constrictor. Maurice Green with 49 seconds left to go in round number 1. It looked like Oleinik was in trouble early, but he has been pacing and outpacing Green here.
It almost looks like a headlock.
Looks like a rest hold.
Trying to squeeze out of it, yeah.
30 seconds left to go in the round now as Oleinik continues to squeeze and now pressing against the jaw and hammer fist from the bottom by Green. Green will not be denied. This young man will keep fighting. 15 seconds left to go. Can Maurice Green survive?
I think he's going to hold on. 10 seconds left. Couple hammer fists. I think he's going to make it. This is unbelievable. Getting that forearm in the way. Yeah, he's going to make this.
And Maurice Green lives to see round number 2. And that is the fun part of heavyweight MMA, Harry.
That is some great grappling there. Some submissions going on back and forth. Who do you give that first round to? Because that was... Well, I guess you'd have to give it to Oleinik.
Yeah. I give it to Oleinik. Green started out well. But during the course of the round, Oleinik's experience, Oleinik's understanding of mixed martial arts, being able to manipulate Green's length and size, proved to be the advantage. But you gotta wonder, there's 2 rounds left. Oleinik dumped a lot of fuel in that round. Green seems to be okay. He seems to not be breathing that heavy. We take a look at the replay here. You watch that trip takedown. And it looked, Oleinik did score that takedown there, Harry. We were trying to figure out if that was him before, but that was definitely him.
Right, and then you can see the replay of Maurice hammering him with, just throwing hammer fists just to try to get out of it. And Oleinik was just holding on, too. So both of these guys extremely tough. Extremely tough. That's a hell of a... now I'm curious to see where this second round goes.
Gotta wonder if Oleinik, the man who's fought in 4 decades, will be able to maintain here. Round number 2. Both starting off in the center of the octagon. Low kick by Oleinik and a right hand by Green. Both men kind of feeling each other out. Quick combination by Green. Feigns a knee, throws a right, misses with the right. Feigning a big overhand right was Oleinik, and now Green on his bicycle. Rotating, and both men starting to breathe a little heavy. Yeah, Oleinik's head is down as he's sucking wind, and he's just trying to throw big shots here. Looking like Tank Abbott at UFC 8.
He might have burned his arms out just from...
Head kick by Green. Both of these guys are tired.
Yeah, you can see, and that's heavyweight MMA fighting now. Oleinik pushing Green up against the cage here.
And an interesting point here, you said burn out his arms. Did he burn out his arms with those submission
Yeah, that's
attempts?
what I'm saying. Yeah, in the first round, he might have just been the amount of pressure he was going, all of it, just squeezing like a python.
That fatigue is a two-way street because it wears down Green, but it also wears down those muscles. And in that 1 minute, you're not going to hydrate yourself enough to get to that point.
Yeah, and now again, it's good positioning from Green the entire time defensively to try to keep this stuff from happening here because he is. Oh, but Oleinik lifting him up, dropping him to the ground, but
and
Green
now trying to go
on.
for a guillotine of his own, but not even close to being tight on that one. And now Oleinik on top, maybe going for side control or going for a full mount. Green holding him close like a long-lost lover, trying to find a way out of it. Both men exhausted
He's going
here.
again. Oleinik going again for another choke.
Oleinik 3 for 3 on takedowns.
Through an elbow. Green trying to slide out of it.
White Shadow, I am watching the chat as best I can. Paul Zaluga saying I should drink more. No one wants that.
Don't you worry. There's going to be plenty. Will we finish the bottle of...
You know what? I'm thinking that's probably
12?
going to happen.
It might happen.
People on the internet, Harry, they're complaining about the lag in the ESPN Plus feed, but this is heavyweight MMA. This is them moving at their optimal speed and capacity.
Oh, the ESPN app?
Yes. They had to add more servers for just this one fight.
Well, the dial-up is a hell of a thing that we're still trying to deal with. Shout out to all you people watching through the AOL chat.
On Prodigy.
On Prodigy.
2:27 left to
Angel
go.
Fire, our Angel Fire website. We'll be looking up all the stats on Ask Jeeves later. But right now...
Using my Alta Vista browser. Oleinik with the hammer fists. 2:10 left to go. Oh, this is the most fun I've had on one of these damn things so far.
Yeah, well, it's the most you've drank, too, so it's coincidence. Again, I don't know how the audience
A lot of
feels
people are
about
saying
it.
I should drink more whiskey. Y'all just want to see Rome burn, don't you?
Yeah, I mean...
I got
he's
bills
going for Kimura.
He's got a Kimura. He's got a Kimura Sudo locked in. And he's got it.
Wait, it looks like they're...
Green's got the Kimura locked in.
But it looks like they're both going for Kimura locks. Am I wrong?
No, I think you're right, Aaron. And Green slips it out, and then once again, Oleinik back in control.
I've never seen that before.
Oh.
And now Oleinik on top again.
And he's got his left leg underneath the left leg under the left shin, of Green does Oleinik, and Oleinik in control with 1:19 left to go in the round.
And again, same sort of story as Oleinik on top, but tired. Green fighting from the bottom with some hammer fists, leaning on the... Ooh.
He just pressed out with his legs and opened himself up to an armbar to Green.
No.
Oleinik has held top position for almost 6.5 minutes.
Really?
A minute left in the round, and now both men entwined in each other and in a position that can only be found in the Kama Sutra. And Oleinik is now bleeding from the forehead, right from the middle of his forehead, and he looks exactly like former UFC light heavyweight champion Randy Couture.
Oh, wow.
And Oleinik looking to go for either an arm bar, a knee bar, or some sort of combination submission. It is the white chocolate of submissions. It is the ultimate compromise. 25 seconds left to go in the round, and that's it. It's over. Green has tapped. Green has tapped. Alexei Oleinik, the 4-decade man, has walked out of Las Vegas with a victory.
Happen? I don't even know what was going on there. It looked like the third round of a game of Twister.
It looked like the medical alert bracelet symbol, those two snakes intertwined.
Let's see what... I don't even know what the result of that was or how. I know that Maurice Green tapped. Oleinik still strong at the age of 42.
That submission is known as the Dosi Dojo.
Oh, wow. What a very interesting fight. This is a great fight.
For
a unique way.
For mid-level heavyweight UFC MMA, that was fun as hell.
Yeah. A lot of positions, a lot of reversals. And does he get that arm bar?
He got the arm. He got the arm locked in. And yeah, he got that armbar. He got the armbar.
Armbar. Wow. Oh, it was a knee bar? Oh, no, it's not. It was an armbar.
Chad Fernandez in the chat saying, Harry Terjanian sitting over there like, man, I need to get a new partner.
I mean, I might have one if Matt dies of...
Oki12 saying, I got an idea. Every time he tries a Kimura lock, you take a drink. I'd be dead by now. Paul Zaluga saying, I rock. Devlish 1017 saying, is Matt an alcoholic now?
I mean, he is drinking at work, but he's not drinking alone. So, all right, here's Bruce Buffer to announce it. Green just throws the shirt on his chest without putting it on.
It looks like a glitch in a video game.
Yeah, it does.
Oh my god. How do you even do that?
I don't know. He was just so exhausted.
It looks like a glitch in UFC 3. Is Oleinik just following him out of the cage?
I think Oleinik wants to shake his hand at least and show a sportsmanship.
That shirt, Harry, was sponsored by EA Sports.
Oh. Joe Rogan saying, congratulations, an excellent victory. Were you as surprised that he was able to get out of that scarffold choke in the first round? Yes, I was surprised. He learned my technique. He learned my technique very well. He is winded. Thank you to all my heavyweight fans.
Does that mean his heavier weight fans or fans of heavyweight
His
fighting?
heavier, fatter fans. Congratulations to all my big, fat fans out there.
Someone thought I was going to slap you in the face.
For what?
Matt got so hyped I was waiting for him to slap Harry. I've wanted to. I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk, Will.
Nope. Not yet. Let's see. Rogan saying you were able to get the armbar in the second round. Let's look at, they're going to watch the highlights together.
Jason King wanting us to call cricket for them now.
Oh, Jesus.
Cobra Kelly, shout out from Western Kentucky. Y'all got a weird mascot. Just going to put that out there.
Rogan asking him some technical questions about the armbar, saying that's the way he likes to do it. Congratulations. Not much there. Humble victory, but oh, wait. I want to say thank you to my family.
Colby Andrews has broken me down exactly to my bare bones.
What did he say?
Whiskey, cough, water, commentary, cough, water, whiskey, excitable commentary, cough, water, whiskey, cough, water, commentary.
That's how you get through it when you're worried.
It's 10 degrees outside and I'm yelling. Just be glad there are words coming out at this point. Alexei Oleinik holding the microphone in a way I've seen people in karaoke hold the microphone.
Oh, boy. Are you drinking water?
I
You do? Oh, yeah, you are. All right. I haven't noticed that. Ludacris in the house. The third best rapper in the building behind Brian Boom Boom Kelleher or whatever his name is.
Nick Carter!
Sorry,
Nick Carter is there!
Ludacris just went down to fourth.
Everybody! Tommy Chong!
Wow, these celebrities.
Are they just going by decade in terms of relevance?
Or are they trying to find people for the Masked Singer? Which one is this? Tommy Chong, God bless, still alive. Jeremy
Andy Williams!
Matthew
Anthony
McConaughey
walking in like he's about to fight on the card.
All right, man.
McConaughey actually a welterweight in the UFC. He was fighting on the prelims.
Right on, right on. He looks like the impression of Matthew McConaughey. He walks in there. Let's see, the main card. We're not up to that.
No, we are not up to the main event yet.
Why are they showing the graphic? All right. Holly Holm.
All right, Harry, we got to give away one of these.
Yeah, we got it. All right. Well, the next one that makes us laugh.
Yeah, the next person to make us laugh.
We'll get it. Why should we just make you laugh all the time? Let's see. Holly Holm preparing, warming up there for her fight. 2 more fights before the main event. This card is going by a little bit quickly, huh? Some short, Raquel Pennington warming up. What are you reading there, buddy? Oh, and now they're showing a commercial for The Gentleman. This looks fantastic, by the way.
I want to see this movie. It's a
Yeah.
Guy Ritchie British mob movie.
I never
Makes me
saw
wanna
the
see-
other one.
You've
though.
not seen Snatch or
No.
Lock, Stock? Oh, we gotta change that. Jesse Coote saying, this is classic. I'm so happy I didn't buy the fight. I'd rather listen to this. Oh, you're a sweetie.
That's very nice. Thank you. We appreciate you joining us here. SB Nation, MMA Mania, all night long. We will be here.
And
Whether the stupid ESPN app works or not, we're still here.
And a shout out to June moderating the chat right here. We are at 1,753 people watching us right now. That's pretty cool.
Wow. My goodness. Thank you for joining us Saturday night. You could have spent your Saturday night with anyone. Well, probably not a girl, but anyone. And you're here with us tonight as they do the highlights package here, preparing here. More stuff for the John Jones fight. Very excited about it. It's good to have John Jones be able to make 3 fights in a row for... we never thought it would happen. More highlights about the John Jones fight. And John Jones saying he feels like he's proved a lot to himself and the fans.
Yes, he proved that if you get away with failing a drug test, you basically can do anything and everything inside the octagon.
There we go.
Shout out to Justin Cox watching us in Richmond, Virginia. Shout out to that Mid-Atlantic territory.
And a little bit of more promo for Reyes. This is the obligatory. This fight ended early. We got to do a highlight package again to fill some time.
That's Dana in the truck yelling, "We need to stall! Conor still has a vest on!" They're making the most out of that satellite. They don't even need satellite time anymore. They're on ESPN Plus, for God's sake. They can do whatever they want. We can end this show in 55 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, would anyone be pissed about that if we ended I guess you're supposed to provide the fighters with a certain amount of time to warm up and everything, right? I'm sure there's rules to that, but then it's the Nevada Athletic State Commission, the State Athletic Commission. They can do whatever they want.
Kyle De Leon watching us from Middle Georgia.
Nice.
I don't know if that's the nation of Georgia or the state of Georgia.
That's the part that hasn't made up its mind about the Civil War part of Georgia.
They didn't find out about Stonewall yet?
Not yet. Middle Georgia is the area where it's like not comfortable with Atlanta, but not sure if they want to head to South Carolina.
Chris Gallen living the dream right now. It's 4:30 in the morning where he is. He's eating Ben & Jerry's, playing games on DOS, and listening to us.
Oof, that's what we would be doing if we weren't broadcasting to you. On DOS?
Yeah. RWH
DOS.
saying nobody's better than Matt and Harry. Someone wants you to double up what I'm drinking.
Harry looks like he should. What are they saying?
He belong in a B-rate movie, in a B-rate mafia movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's the role I was born to play. It's what I'm always auditioning for at any given point.
Naomi Workman wanting one of the things on the back wall. No, these are all things that are very important to us.
Unfortunately, that's not the junk we are trying to get rid of, but we are trying to get rid of these Brock Nelson bobbleheads.
This coming in, Harry, Canelo Alvarez, a report is coming in that Canelo Alvarez cannot leave his house until the Conor McGregor fight is over.
Oh, wow.
If you remember at UFC 244, the main event of that card, Canelo Alvarez versus Sergey Kovalev,
right, was held up.
Who is being sued by a woman he allegedly assaulted.
Wait, who was? Kovalev? You got to be more specific with the pronouns. Any one of those people.
Kovalev allegedly assaulted a woman.
Okay.
Said he was going to settle and did not pay them. Now he's being sued again.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you think you can trust a Russian boxer.
Someone wants you to slip me Molly. That won't end well.
We don't have any music playing. It's not going to be good. You don't want
just me shirtless.
You don't want Molly.
It's just me fist pumping shirtless by myself.
I guess. I mean, what's the fun of that?
I don't
We don't have Molly. It's well lit in here. There's no point of that. You don't know how to use Molly.
PGCY Mad from Cobb County, Georgia.
Oh, home of the big boss man.
If you take a trip down... Sir, are you serving hard times? Are you serving hard times?
They're running down the card. They really are stretching for time here. I mean, they're going through every aspect of this UFC 247 Jones versus Reyes.
Someone wants to buy your ring off of you.
My ring?
Yeah, so shout out
Tiger ring?
Shout out to Andy Haig watching from Sheffield, England at 4:30 in the goddamn morning.
Thank you for joining us from the UK. Thank you for stalling that Brexit thing, too. I know you guys are doing your best.
Someone called you Lebowski because of your glasses.
Lebowski?
Yeah, it's either you or me. I don't know.
It's probably me. I don't think they're, Lebowski. And they're finally starting up this fight, this women's
Are you sure
bantamweight
about
fight.
that? Are they doing the walkout now?
I don't know.
They're just going to a live shot.
This is the slowest long shot, though.
That's the
I
shot
must
you
admit,
see
it is
when
the,
they're in commercial, or you
either
just...
that or when someone breaks their leg very badly and they got to cut away from the shot and they got to do that.
Shane Stevens saying I sound like Patton Oswalt.
It's not bad.
I
love Patton Oswalt.
I love Patton Oswalt.
If you have time, look up Patton Oswalt's Christmas shoes bit. If you've never heard it, please go check it out. Holly Holm, somehow she's ranked 3rd. What the hell is that
bantamweight division's like 9 fighters and Holly Holm's 4
How
of
many
them.
How many fights has she lost in a row?
Someone says we look like we collect pogs.
You spoiled the prize for the next UFC. I hope you're happy.
Nick X is watching from Teaneck.
Oh, wow.
The inside joke of this show is actualized.
Wow. It's from far away.
So, someone paid $30 to BT Sport to cut into ads in the middle of the broadcast. This is why you go to the SBN MMA YouTube channel and you watch Stupid and Ain't Funny yell at the camera for you.
This is in England?
Yes.
30? They're charging 30?
They're charging $30 on pay-per-view. 30 pounds.
30 pounds to watch it on pay-per-view?
Yes.
And they're still showing commercials on it?
Yes.
Like full commercials? Or sometimes
or they're just mad that they're showing these spots in between.
I see what they're saying. Yeah, maybe, but I mean, they got time to fill. Unfortunately, that's the part that kind of sucks when you have these quick finishes or whatever. But they've been good fights at the very least.
You know what?
You can't complain that they haven't been.
Tony Jewell Jr. has been entertaining me all night.
Yeah?
He gets a bobblehead.
He gets a bobblehead?
So Tony Jewell Jr., I need you to DM the MMA Mania account on Twitter or Instagram and send us your address, and we will send you one of these Brock Nelson bobbleheads.
Remind me to sign it, otherwise.
Yeah, we're gonna sign that, right? We're gonna sign.
Otherwise, it loses value. Highlight package, of course, talking about Holly Holm, who I have been calling Holly Holmes for the past 5 years, or however long it's been, and no one has corrected me until tonight.
Roxanne Modafferi Harry was a 6-1 underdog, and one of her fans made so much money betting on her that he tipped her $100 on PayPal.
Wow.
That's better than my OnlyFans account.
Your OnlyFans account is pretty rough.
It's just me eating various cakes.
Yeah, and yet people...
Fully clothed.
It never goes down.
No.
It only keeps going up.
Spock Logic saying it's only $19.99 in the UK.
In England? I mean, that's not a bad... Wait, is that pounds, though?
Yeah,
I don't know what the conversion rate is for that.
Someone's watching us from our mama's bed. Well, first of all, we're not brothers.
Bed?
First of all, we're not brothers.
Yeah.
And my mom's dead. So, really, you'd be violating several laws.
His mom's coffin.
Yes.
That's different.
Optic AR wants us to sign his girl's ass.
What does it look like?
Yes.
Though? What kind of ass is it?
Send the photos to Jesse Holland wears nice suits at altavista.edu.
Because what I do want to say is you don't want so much surface area. Like, there should only be room for my signature. There shouldn't be a to your girl from Harry, keep on reaching for the stars. If I have that much to write, it's just too big an ass.
Colby Andrews watching us from Lodi.
Jesus, all these New Jersey towns.
And also
broadcasting on the internet. We're supposed to reach the entire world. And
we're reaching a Walmart parking lot 10 minutes from our house.
Clearing Bergen County.
And we got people watching us from Australia.
Nice. Raquel Pennington coming out with the
AirPods?
The AirPods.
Looking like Richard Holiday and shit.
Oh my God. I'm curious about that. I'm always fascinated by people's pre-fight routines.
Walked out with her phone too. What do you think she was listening to on the way? Maybe some Dionne Warwick. Maybe some. Do you know the way to San Jose?
I mean, I think I'm gonna go with a little bit of Herb Albert and the Tijuana Brass.
Cream.
Strawberry whipped cream and other delights.
I almost said cream pie and other delights.
Cream pie and other delights.
Hi, Jared. Shout out to Robert Adams from Salem, Oregon. Josh Gossip from Dayton, Ohio. Jamie Bartow from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Donovan Buckley from Indianapolis. Jay Swan from Boston, Massachusetts. Lenny 420 Life from OKC. Hey Archer from Boston. Wyoming in the house. Orange County, Costa fucking Rica.
Costa Rica.
That's banana pants.
Shouldn't you be surfing right about now?
Let's take a look at Rocky Pennington's stats. Second most win in the bantamweight division with 7. Her last one was against Irene Aldana at UFC San Antonio. Lost 2 in a row to Amanda Nunes at UFC 224 and Jermaine Durandamy. Before that win against Aldana, had a 4-fight winning streak with wins over Misha Tate, Elizabeth Phyllis, Betch Correa, and Jessica Andrade, preceding her first loss to Holm, which set up this fight in Holm's debut in the UFC at UFC 184, Harry. She beat Pennington, did Holm by split decision.
Well, this should be interesting. 31 years old. A little bit of a prayer before she gets into the ring. I'm always fascinated by people's pre-fight rituals.
Tyrese has just dropped out of the next Fast and the Furious.
Is that true?
Yeah. For not getting a shout-out from Ludacris at UFC 246.
Oh, boy. See, this is the problem. Here you go. Tyrese is out. John Cena is in. There's a lot going on. The Rock is out. He's not a part of the Fast and the Furious franchise anymore. He's done enough. He saved that franchise. One of the security guards looking like Al Pacino from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
We've got West Virginia, Scotland, Oklahoma, Iraq watching us. Toronto, Red Deer, Alberta, Brighton, England, Sioux City, Iowa, gang.
Sioux City, Iowa.
Inglewood up to no good. Denmark in the house. Uzbekistan, Sweden. Harry, we're international, pal.
Sweden,
It's
wow.
us, Nermal, Dan A. White.
The Dan A. White.
Who I just found out. Dan sent me a text message. He lost his voice and told me to say that there's no comment at this time. He said that the ESPN deal is in fact bullshit.
Oh, okay.
And also said
Dan A. White said
yes,
that.
Dan
but
A.
not
White.
Dana White.
He also said, and I quote, Ariel Helwani will never, ever, ever be allowed in a UFC event. Dan? You okay, buddy? Do you have anything to tell me?
I think he has no comment.
Oh, no comment, buddy? No comment? No comment? All right, bye, Dan. That's Dan A. White, who will be a frequent contributor to us here on SBN MMA's YouTube channel.
There we go. Holly Holm jumping right into the octagon.
And super liberated. Mazel tov, sir. Your girl may be pregnant. Mazel tov. Name the kid Matt.
There we go.
Frank Burger for life from Fresno, California. Got Nova Scotia in the house tonight.
Halifax. Nice.
Boise, Santa Rosa, East Brunswick, New Jersey.
Wow.
I know
we got out of Bergen County.
Yeah, we got... There is someone in East Brunswick, New Jersey who I would fight shirtless in the street. But that's better left unsaid.
Okay, fair enough. And Holly Holm pacing back and forth.
Someone's asked... American Values is asking you, Harry, if you like the new Eminem album. But before that, let's look at the stats really quick.
I haven't listened to it
Holly
yet.
Holm at 38 years old. Rocky Pennington, 31. Holm with a 1-inch height advantage of 5'8" to Pennington's 5'7". Pennington walking in with a half-pound weight advantage at 136. Still limit at bantamweight. Holly Holm at 135.5. Pennington at a 67.5-inch reach to Holm's 69. So Holm with a 1.5-inch reach advantage.
Pretty close. And Holly Holm pacing, jumping around a little bit. Very eager. You got to wonder. I mean, there's got to be a lot of pressure on her right now. If she loses this, I mean...
Yeah,
what is left of her UFC career? Although she's ranked 3rd in the bantamweight division.
Well, you know, Holly Holm walked out to Led Zeppelin tonight, Harry, which is kind of apropos for the last 10 years of her career.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Let's see. And you can see Pennington just pacing in the corner there.
Jacksonville, Florida, watching us. Shout out to Jason Mendoza.
Nice. Florida-Georgia line. Yuck. The band, not the actual line. What a terrible name for a fucking band.
Yeah, it's a terrible name.
I mean, they're a terrible band, but stupid WWE always has them for the salute the troops or whatever.
Alaska watching us tonight.
Thank you.
Someone keeps saying North Korea. Come on, they don't have internet in North Korea.
No. There's only one person who could be watching us from North Korea, and if he's a fan, we're in trouble.
We have broken the 2,000 viewer mark. Shout out to Hiloa Hart from Manawa, Oahe. And Holly Holm pacing inside the octagon, walking back and forth like
she's got to pee.
Yeah, she is. It's either that or just waiting to find out if someone's having a baby or not. Looking like Archie Bunker in that episode of All in the Family.
Jason Herzog, the referee, and I don't feel good about Holly Holm in this. I don't know why. Just based purely on the body language alone.
LAE is saying that Me and You are a terrible band. Well, it's just a polka band where I just scream out G.G. Allen songs, so it is a terrible band. Here we go. Low kick from Pennington, the first set of strikes in this fight. Both fighters feeling each other out. Pennington throwing a couple of left hands against the right hand of Holm.
And let's see. Just two fighters sort of feeling each other out here. Pennington with the...
And it's a rematch. As I said before, both of these fighters faced each other before at UFC 184. Pennington on the losing end by split decision.
That was a long time ago, though. At this point, Holm with the southpaw stance. And sort of both of them in the center of the cage, feeling each other out. A kick from Holm. Just change it to Holmes. Everyone calls it Holmes.
Larry Holmes?
Larry Holmes.
Larry Holmes.
Yes, it's Larry Holmes.
Easton, Pennsylvania's proudest. You ever been to Easton, Pennsylvania?
No,
it is.
There's no reason.
It is a depressing. It's a depressing town with a Crayola factory.
Well, that's why they have 2 world champions. And so far, both fighters still in the center there.
This fight is the metaphor for a Crayola factory right now. Just colors being blended together, nothing really happening. Just slowly melting wax. 3:40 left to go in round number 1. Holm pacing around Pennington, who's in the middle of the octagon. Holm, a former world champion boxer, not showing any of that proficient striking here tonight, but she is also 38. You got to wonder what's the cutoff date for Holly Holm inside the octagon.
I mean, she's still ranked 3rd in that bantamweight division.
She got knocked out. Down. She got stopped by Amanda Nunes at UFC 239.
Ooh,
back in
Pennington
July.
Goes forward.
Right hand by Pennington. Now, grapple attempt. Pennington trying to stay up, not be taken down by Holm. Pennington has her left arm hooked underneath the armpit of Holm. But Holm, the former champion, trying to throw some left hands. Pardon me, not former champion.
Well, she is
former title challenger.
Holm is a former champion.
She did. You're right. She did knock out Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey.
In the Sky Dome. Her and the Ultimate Warrior won world championships inside the Sky Dome.
And the Toronto Blue Jays.
Who
did not cheat, apparently.
No, that was 1992. So, You know what they did? They cheated Lenny Dykstra out of a World Series payday. That's why everything went south for Old Nails. Against the Octagon is Rocky Pennington. 2:15 left to go in round number 1. Holm and Rousey was in Australia, not in Toronto. I see gigantic stadium. I automatically think Sky Dome. No, that's not just.
That's not an.
I confuse Toronto with Australia all the time, Harry.
Because you're stupid.
Yes, I'm very stupid. New York City.
Not drunk.
Schools.
Matt is not drunk. He is stupid.
Yes,
there's a difference. Holm pushing Pennington against the cage there.
Giblish shout out to Romania.
Nice. Pennington trying to create some separation there. Holmes with a couple hammer fists. A knee from Pennington. And right now, with 1:30 left, it's just...
And Holm having her face pressed up by Pennington's forearm, but Holm maintaining position, trying to be the dominant one here. 1:20 left to go in the round, trying to sweep the leg of Pennington, trying to sweep that left leg, which is pressed against the octagon. Pennington go for a foot stomp here and try to break the toes of Holm.
Oh, boy.
But 1:07 left to go, and
yeah.
both fighters at a standstill here, basically trying to trip the other one up, but nothing really doing. Both fighters stymieing one another. Under a minute now left to go in round number 1.
Right next to the proper 12 banner. Conor McGregor has to be loving this. I mean, that still shot has been there for a while.
44 seconds left to go in the round.
I mean, there's no regulation that says he can't buy advertising, right?
No, it's a part of his contract, actually. Pressed up against the cage. Holm throwing 16 strikes in the clinch. Pennington only with 7. 30 seconds left to go. Now in round number 1. Pennington still pressed up against the fence of the octagon. Nothing really doing here. Holm tried to turn her hip and send Pennington over, but they just switched positions. Pennington pressing Holm against the octagon. Really nothing doing here, but both fighters trying to outdo the other, trying to out-grapple the other, and nothing doing here, as we will go to the end of round number 1, Harry, with Holm trying to go for a guillotine choke, but Pennington holding on, and we will go to round number 2, Harry.
Wow. Interesting first round, just sort of a feeling out process, but a lot of...
It's reminiscent of the first fight, and that ain't a compliment, Harry.
Yeah, a lot of energy spent. Let's see what the corner, Pennington's corner, has to say.
Gordon Wallace watching us from Alaska.
He's saying all Holm wants to do is clinch. You need to come forward. Do not respect her power. The most disturbance in the fight is her coming forward. And now Holm's corner. Now's the time to jerk ponies. That's an exact quote from the corner.
I have no idea what that means.
And he said it again. Jerk ponies.
What the heck? What does that mean?
Normal, do you know what that means?
Someone
jerk the
do?
ponies?
That's not a quote from Genuine, though.
And Rogan doesn't know what it is either.
From the Tyson Fury locker room.
Ah, yes, that's from the Tyson Fury locker room.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you, Normal. Someone's asking if Dan Severn fought yet.
Rogan saying perhaps it's a weird code. I'm going to start using that one.
Some super liberated one saying Gigi Allen rules. Yes, he does. Carmelita is a
not.
bop.
He's an untalented asshole.
You shut your whore mouth. Round number 2. Shut up.
The stupid love for that dumb jerk who just throws his shit at people like, oh, what an artist.
He
Just
passed
stop.
away. Respect the dead.
Give a fuck.
Respect the dead.
Dig him up and light a candle. Don't give a shit. Gigi Allen.
And Holm pacing once again. Pennington standing firm in the middle of the octagon. And in a situation like that, who do you give the round to? Who do you give that first round to?
I guess whoever had the most positioning, it would probably be Holm.
Push kick by Holm was missed. Trying to go for a takedown again, shooting for a...
More of the same here. Holmes pressing
her.
Pennington up against the cage.
If you wanted to make a TV dinner, this would probably be the time to do so.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a strategy or what, but again, more of the same, pressing her up against the cage. Again, I would give the... Oh, she's holding on to that cage. Is the ref going to... All right, no, she's not. Yeah.
Jose Capablanca asking if that's Bobby Bonilla behind me. Yes, that is
Bobby Bonilla, the greatest genius in Mets sports history.
Frank Schumann wants more of you, Harry, and less of me.
Okay. I mean, you could go to my website. You could go to my social media. Watch me do stand-up on YouTube. And Man School 202, the podcast, sex and relationship advice. Matt's not on that one at all.
Capital Wrestling every Monday on Fight.
Capital Wrestling. You can hear my voice there. Matt's not on that either.
Nope.
Again, we are plugging my stuff because all that's happening is Holly Holm is... Well, now
they're throwing knees.
Yeah, there we go.
Pennington and Holm landing knees each to the ribs of the either opponent. 3:11 now left in the round. Amber is the color of your energy. And a few right hands by Holm.
And more of the same now. Pennington.
Change places! They're
and
just
then Holm's back takes back control, pressing her against the cage now.
Rotating like tires are both fighters and nothing moving, nothing really doing.
A couple knees there from Holm.
If you're going to give the round to anybody, it's probably Holm because she's dictating the policy of this fight.
So far.
Neither fighter has gone to the ground, and Holm trying to take Pennington down again.
Kind of a...
Maybe trying to go for a hip toss here.
Bear hug from both of them.
Had that right hip jutted out, but Pennington finding a way to counter it. And once again, both fighters exchanged in a grapple. And Holm with a few right hands to the side of the face, left hands to the side of the face of Pennington, but nothing really making any kind of mark on her opponent. Holm just trying to press through here and win on points. Both fighters landing punches, but really minimal effect with 2:02 left to go in round number 2.
Or the same, the crowd starting to boo. Not happy about this. Not a great fight so far. Oh, side kick from Holm. There's some separation there from Pennington, and Holm threw a side kick. Pennington moves forward, tries to throw a couple punches there.
Quick left-left combination, by Holm. Once again, trying to go for a takedown. And Harry, at one point, you got to think, Holly Holm needs to start throwing strikes, start throwing hands, start to make some sort of momentum to try to catch Pennington off guard, because it's been the same dance through the first round and a half, and it's not materializing.
But then again, is she winning these rounds on points? Because who else are you going to give the round to but the person who's maintaining the control?
And Super Liberated won. You know what? You get a bobblehead too. DM us saying GG Allen rules. You know what? You get the second bobblehead.
You don't know anything about art, music, or humanity. You don't deserve to live. But you will get a bobblehead, so
yes.
For your troubles.
DM us MMA Mania.
The
on
only
Twitter.
thing good that has ever come of following GG Allen is you get. But I am going to take a shit in the box it's just so you could really appreciate the true artistry. If you're a fan of GG Allen, maybe that you'd enjoy that. More back and forth. Now the two of them at a stalemate, both on the side of the cage. Very weird.
It looks like they're practicing for a dance contest.
There we go. 30 seconds left in this round. And again, Holm has Pennington pressed against the cage.
They're just alternating. They're bouncing around the cage, trying to go for a takedown. And Pennington almost got the takedown, wrapping her right leg around the knee of Holm while her back was against the cage. And now a Muay Thai knee by Pennington into the midsection of Holm. And they're going to stand in the middle for a second. Reverse waistlock again by Pennington. Knee to the abs, and a couple of quick strikes with right hands to the face of Holm, and we will go to round number 3. Everyone's more frustrated and confused than they were 5 minutes ago.
Let's see. Let's see what Holm corner saying. When you get her against the cage, try that lift. She's not going to go anywhere. Pick her up. Anyway, now Pennington's corner. We're leaving it up to the judges right now. You're spending too much time against the cage. You need a strong third finisher. And basically, Pennington's corner saying, you're not going to win this fight if you don't. And they're saying all she wants to do is put you up against the fence. Use that ream. I don't know what that means. Bring her ass down is what Pennington's corner is saying. They're saying all that Holmes wants to do is grapple.
All right, Super Liberated
grapple.
If you don't have Twitter or Instagram, we'll figure something out. Harry, no one could have expected this fight would be boring except anyone who watched the first one.
That's true. I would think that Holmes would come out with some more fire, considering, I mean, this is like how many fights she's lost in a row.
And Harry, in the last 90 minutes or so, the MGM Sportsbook took a 6-figure wager on McGregor at -280 and a 5-figure wager on Cowboy at +240. So someone making a lot of money and someone losing a lot of money here tonight in Vegas.
Oof. Have they announced that? I didn't know they were able to announce it. Obviously, they keep it anonymous. But what is the purpose of announcing that? To change the line?
It's either to change the line, give people incentive to bet, or people to say, well, give the MGM Sportsbook a little bit of a push, because then, like, what the fuck betting. It's like, what the fuck? Somebody actually bet that much?
I guess.
About a minute gone by here in round number 3. A little more of the same. Both fighters trying to exchange. And it's the same kind of reaching, testing each other out that they did in round number 1 before they went into the grapples.
Both the feeling out process, but a couple shots from Pennington landing.
Thank you all 2,500 plus joining us right now on the SBN MMA chat. Right here on YouTube. 3:34 left to go in round number 3. Shout out to Gordon from Alaska.
That's how boring this is. We're doing shout-outs now. Because nothing is happening in this fight.
And they're
Holm
back
once again
against the octagon.
Pennington.
Pennington with a knee to the ribs of Holm. This is going to end up being a split decision like the first fight. This is the co-main event of a UFC pay-per-view featuring Conor McGregor.
I mean, that's on Dana for choosing this as the co-main event. Holm.
This is like watching ESPN waiting for the home run derby and then getting Curacao versus Easton, Pennsylvania in the Little League World Series as a prelim to that.
Wow. Let's see, a kick from Holm. They're back in the center of the octagon.
2.5 minutes left to go in the third round.
Oh, a kick to the knee by Holm, but they're still... Pennington pushes forward and then stops. It's very odd.
High kick by Holm, misses.
Pennington needs to do something drastic here.
Left-right combination, and now once again in a variation of a collar and elbow tie-up. I was waiting for the drop down and get it again. 2:10 left to go in round number 3. Third-ranked Holm versus the fifth-ranked Pennington in a rematch of UFC 184. Holm's debut inside the octagon, and once again, much like Brody Bruce watching that kid go on the escalator in Mallrats, Holm and Pennington are against the octagon.
Against the cage here.
Rotating Holm now pressuring Pennington.
1 minute and 40 seconds left in the third and final round of this fight. Some knees from Pennington.
This is the metaphorical I'm not touching you.
Right. It's a stalemate here. And this has got to be frustrating for the corner of Pennington because they told her she needed to do something drastic to win this fight, and she is just not.
Someone just compared us to looking like Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Which one are we?
I'm Crosby. You're probably Steven Stills.
But no
Do
Young,
you want to be Graham Nash? Well, neither of us are Canadian.
That's true.
Normal isn't Canadian, so.
And again, just Holm pinning her up against the cage. And the ref separates it.
Oh, finally, the referee stepping in and trying to make this an actual fight. Instead of a bachata lesson, uppercut by Holm, 47 seconds left to go, mercifully. I don't want to bag on Rocky Pennington and Holm. They're two high-level fighters, but good Lord, this is the co-main event of the first UFC
It's not been exciting. Holm is going to probably win this on points, I would assume.
This feels like the prelim to UFC Brasilia.
Final 25 seconds of this third and final round. They're back in the center. Pennington just going forward and then stopping.
Well, it seems that Kamaru Usman's Twitter has been hacked, Harry.
Oh, boy.
Obscene, racist, and explicit statements about multiple people, including Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather Jr., have been posted on there.
But not senior.
Not senior.
Oh, okay.
No.
As long as he's all right.
Nor the uncle.
That round's over, but
someone comparing me to Jerry Garcia and you to a young Jack Nicholson.
A young Jack Nicholson. Well, that's good.
I am a deadhead, so it's not necessarily an insult.
I don't get it. I don't get the whole deadhead thing.
American Beauty is a great album.
I don't know, man.
Working Man's Dead, great album. I'm not going to say the 45-minute jam sessions or something I'm going to sit down and listen to.
But that's what the appeal of the Dead is.
Just listen to Broke Down Palace is all I'm asking.
I don't get the Dead, and I don't get Fish. I don't get anyone who just... I don't get watching someone dick around on guitar for 40 minutes.
Someone just called you a fat Martin Shkreli.
Martin Shkreli?
Yeah.
The pharmacy guy? Yeah. How dare you? I'm not even hurt by the fat part, but that guy's a douche. Martin Shkreli. Is he still in jail?
Yes.
What a douche he was.
Ugh.
I wonder... I mean, she must... It's got to go to Holm here. Let's see.
Tony
here.
Atwell said, "Fuck this fight. I'm going to the Winchester and waiting for everything to blow over." Top shelf reference, sir.
What is that from?
That's from Shaun of the Dead,
Shaun
which
of the
is
Dead?
there's tribute art right behind me.
A great movie.
Yeah, lovely movie. If you look behind my left shoulder, you'll see some tribute art to
You can
that.
see the shirt and tie. Bruce Buffer. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. 29-28, 30-27, 30-27. Winner by unanimous decision. Holly, the preacher's daughter, Holm.
How do you give that a unanimous decision?
I agree with it.
That should have been a draw.
What are you talking about? A draw?
Holm
had her pressed against the cage the whole
Yeah,
time.
but there was it wasn't really anything because Pennington was able to trip it around.
But she didn't. She just didn't.
I would have given it a split decision.
I don't think so.
You know what? I'm mad at you. I'm gonna
I
go.
disagree.
I'm
and Rogan asking her what her...
You deal with the chat. You talk about Holly Holm.
Rogan, Holly Holm saying, I was just ready for whatever. I wish I would have struck more. I apologize I didn't showcase more striking. She's tough, and she'll stand and bang. She goes for takedowns. She scrambles on the ground. I wish I would have got more, try to throw more elbows and stuff, but we have a victory. But she wants to do a lot better than her performance tonight. Rogan asking if she seemed like she was dominating. Is that why she stuck with it? And then Holly Holm said in the first round, it just started working. But she didn't have an idea, but let's just go where the fight's going. Wanted to do more in those positions. But if something's working, why go away from it? Rogan saying, you've had such a long and accomplished career. You're very pumped up for this fight. Give us your thoughts on where you stand in this division and who you want to face next. She says she really feels like she could be champ again. That's what she wants to do it. She says she knows she didn't show tonight. And this training camp has been a lot of stuff in my life has been going on. And glad to walk out with the win. Rogan saying, congratulations, enjoy your victory. Holly Holm, winner. She asked for the mic back. She just wants to say one thing, but they cut her off Oscar style. And they have her do a flip in the middle of the ring, which is more action than took place in most of that fight.
Backflip for style.
And Uriah Faber was on his phone when they cut to him. For the second time tonight.
Batista!
Dave Batista wearing a cowboy hat.
Look at supporting Cowboy Cerrone.
Oh, okay. David
Spade
Spade in the crowd. Funny dude. Underrated stand-up comedian as far as all time. He really is a great comedian.
Clarissa Shields there. 3-division champion, the fastest ever to win
Tyson Fury, and he's not masturbating.
that we know of.
Well, I can't see his hands.
Yeah.
You are correct. It's a
tremendous hand
3/4
speed
shot. You're right. Working on his hand-eye coordination.
Ugh.
And Jorge Masvidal also in the building, we're being informed. And an interview. Jorge, what brought you in here? Jorge shirtless.
Jorge
What brought
wearing
him
what
here?
looks like a bathrobe.
Violence. Maybe I have a vested interest in this, Jorge says. Asking what his thoughts on how this fight will be going.
We are over the 3,000 viewer mark, Harry. It's pretty awesome. We are live on the SBN MMA YouTube channel. Look at the bottom of your screen. That's Harry Terjanian. I'm Matt Ryan. You can follow him on Twitter at Harry Terjanian.
So Jorge says the first 2 rounds will go to Conor, but if it goes to a third, Cerrone can pick up the speed.
Well, it's a 5-round fight, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Also, Harry, someone compared you to Mannix.
Jesus, we're going old school, huh? Me TV fans out there. I'm more of a Columbo guy myself. Columbos are underrated as far as like those episodes still hold up. Let's see. Jorge Masvidal. Why would you rather face Conor than if it was all the same potatoes and tomatoes and the money was the same? he would fight Usman because he dislikes him, but the interest in the money is beating Conor to get the money, and then he'll beat Usman's ass. It's a businessman. If there's anything we know about Jorge Masvidal.
Wearing a Versace bathrobe.
Predictions on how this will end in just a few minutes, and his answer, again, was violence.
Pain.
Pain. A lot of pain. What is that from?
Rocky 3.
Rocky Pain. Hey, woman.
Hey, woman. Hey, woman. Harry, it's getting down to the get down.
Right, finally, the moment you've all been waiting for.
Conor McGregor preparing inside his locker room.
And his dad in the back corner.
LAE saying
who's
Perry
sparring
Mason
in the
is
corner?
better. That's from earlier in the night. So.
Yeah, but Conor's not sparring. Who are they? Oh, is that from earlier? Okay,
yeah.
I see.
Donald Cerrone with what looks like a magical nymph or an Irish pimp in the room with him. I think that's my cousin Saffron.
That's Cerrone pacing around a little bit, warming up. I'm going to get something for my throat, because my throat is kind of at me.
I did too.
Oh, well, that's not two different things. And from executive producer Jordan Peele. What is this promo? Al Pacino's in this? Oh.
It's that show about those who hunt Nazis.
Ah.
And then I said, I want to watch this show. This looks really good. Unlucky bastard saying we look like future poker stars. American Values! They found you!
They what?
Look at American Values! That's Harry Elvis!
Oh, wow.
They don't know who I am, though. That's the funny part.
It just means I've had more of a successful career.
You're more famous than me, yeah.
In the world, in that world. All right. Let's see here. All right. Business. It's about time.
We are getting ready for the main
Proper
event at
12.
welterweight.
Proper 12 versus
Budweiser in the cowboy hat. All right, Harry. Prediction time. Who you got?
I got Conor McGregor in this. I think it's time for Conor to make a comeback. He needs this.
Do they go the distance, or do you think McGregor's gonna? Or you think McGregor's gonna get the finish?
I think McGregor will get some type of finish in this. I think we're going to see the return of the old Conor McGregor.
You know what? I give it to McGregor. If he doesn't get him in the first, he's gonna get him in the fourth.
You think? Okay. Fair enough here. Talking about the fight here a little bit. They're building it up. Rogan says he thinks Conor's going to try to close the distance quickly, try to land some big left hands. Yeah, I expect a lot of fast pace. A very quick attempt to put an end to this early on by Conor. But and as we look at it, 12-4 Conor McGregor versus 36-13 Donald Cowboy Cerrone with 1 no contest. Cerrone, the most wins in UFC history, 22, which is crazy when you think about it. Again, Cowboy Cerrone is one of those guys. It feels like he's always underrated as far as one of the all-time greats. And some highlights here.
I think Cerrone is gonna be. He's a UFC Hall of Famer.
No
He's
doubt.
set numerous records. Just in the moments where it was supposed to be his time, he's
You never
really
kind of hear about him in the same vein of like an Anderson Silva or
he's
Frank Mir.
one of those guys. He's one of those journeymen that's always just been there.
But I mean, the most wins in UFC history.
Well, when you're there the longest, you have the chance to prove you've been there.
Yeah, but there's a lot of guys who've been there the longest that don't end up doing that. Let's see as they build up the highlights. This is his first fight in the welterweight division since 2018 for Cowboy Cerrone.
And this is the first fight at welterweight for McGregor since the Nate Diaz series. So it's been a while for him as well. But Cerrone's had actual tours of duty at welterweight, not just 2 fights against Nate. McGregor fought last fight at lightweight against Khabib Nurmagomedov at UFC 229. And we see yesterday's stare down between the two at the ceremonial weigh-ins. The commentary team on the actual version people bought is Paul Felder, John Anik, and Joe Rogan. But since you're joining us tonight, your secondary commentary team of Matt Ryan and Harry Terjanian.
I'm excited about this. I'm a big Conor fan. I've enjoyed his work as just a world-class talker. And then, there's been times he's been able to back it up.
Here's an interesting comparison to Cowboy. Jeff McLaughlin saying Cowboy equals Matt Stafford. One of those guys, great performer, one of those people you automatically take notice, but never could win the big one, can never get themselves over the hump, and that's a very true statement for Matt Stafford.
Man, and they're showing a highlight film of Conor's strut, the Vince McMahon strut.
Goddamn.
Now they're calling it the Conor McGregor
They're
walk?
calling it the billionaire strut. Dak Prescott, Marc Gasol.
When did Zach Prescott do that?
Zeke Elliott.
What point?
Justin Bieber? And that's a random
Little
child. Someone from Indiana University, I think. And a minor league hockey goalie. Pat McAfee. McAfee took that from McMahon.
Yeah. It's weird.
See? All these MMA nerds. They say,
wait,
yeah, how about that? How about that? They showed Vince McMahon. All of you MMA nerds who discredit pro wrestling, you jacked us first, stupid. Sorry, I get mad. It's very... Kristaps Porzingis is there.
Rogan upset here, saying, hey, Vince McMahon did that first. And apparently someone who cut the highlight, they showed it Vince McMahon as if Vince McMahon was doing the Conor McGregor imitation. The biggest controversy of the night. Second only to Tyson Fury furiously masturbating throughout the different locker rooms as part of his training regimen. Now, again, we cannot confirm nor deny that happened. Or admit that we completely made it up.
I wonder if he does it in 4-4 time.
I don't think yet. I mean, there's still plenty of time before the fight to get to that. You want to build up to that speed.
Also, Twitter said that Daniel Bryan stole the yes from Diego Sanchez. Even though he does give credit, Daniel Bryan does give credit to Diego Sanchez doing that.
Sure, yeah.
But Daniel Bryan's the one who made it famous.
Yes, that's true.
It's the Little Richard, what was his name again?
Which one? What do you mean?
The white guy who stole all the music.
Oh, no, it was Wayne Cochran.
No, it wasn't Wayne Cochran. It was
Elvis Presley? What do you mean white guy? Pat Boone?
Pat Boone.
Pat Boone, who...
See? When I said white guy who stole music, you could have went Led Zeppelin.
There's a lot of white guys that stole music. We'll be here all night. Led Zeppelin, Elvis Presley, Pat Boone.
Gigi Allen.
Gigi Allen is just a... Oh, my God. I don't get the love for Gigi Allen. I don't understand.
Listen to his cover of Carmelita, the originally done by Warren Zevon.
The guy gets on stage and he goes, hey, let me throw a bag of shit at people. And we're like, oh, this guy's great. We lost a true artist.
You just like to hate.
I hate people who throw shit everywhere. What do you like? I'm the asshole in this situation?
Yes.
Hey, remember when we thought about keeping the show clean?
Yeah.
Like the first couple times we did this, we talked about keeping it clean so we could get advertisers. I think that ended when we lost the ESPN feed and
Daddy got mad. Shout out to David Garcia watching us from Spokane, Washington.
Oh, nice. Home of Daniel Bryan, I do believe.
He's from the state of Washington.
Wasn't he from Spokane?
Aberdeen.
He's from Aberdeen, okay. Where's Kurt Cobain from? Wasn't he from Aberdeen?
He's from Aberdeen as well. Jonathan, the real dog, dirt dog Dusty. Gigi Allen jerked off 8 times on stage once.
During one show?
I don't believe that's true.
That is a true talent. They're cutting a date. Batista wearing a cowboy hat, looking like he should be in a Tejano band. Asking Batista what his prediction.
He looks like a Filipino Mickey Rourke.
Personally invested. Cowboy Cerrone's his dude. Think it's going to go in the later rounds, and then he's going to submit Conor McGregor. And that's Dave Batista. There you go. A Cowboy Cerrone in his corner. In the corner of Cowboy Cerrone.
Mm-hmm. Pensacola, Florida, watching us tonight. Shout out to Ronnie Munguia, Justin Fieres. Super Liberated One really taking offense to you discrediting the art that was G.G. Allen.
Jesus, well, why do we have so many G.G. Allen? I didn't know so many. There was such a crossover between MMA and G.G. Allen.
Have you met an MMA fan?
I think they're just doing it to troll me, to be quite honest.
And
there
shout
can't
out
be this
to
many people who love G.G. Allen.
Shout out to Aaron Shinaki, who's delivering pizzas and listening to us tonight.
Wow,
Jonathan
thank
Moore
you,
in
Will.
Albuquerque.
Why can't you be in Bergen County, New Jersey? Drop in. And they're doing the highlight package here as we prepare. I know what I can do. I've done it before. Do you think he'll end up in WWE?
Connor, if the money's right. Like, right now, the rumor is it's going to be Brock and Tyson Fury at Mania.
I don't want to see that.
Because you don't like fun.
What is the fun in that? One guy who barely wrestles, and then another guy who just doesn't. I mean, Tyson's good for a celebrity fight. That's fine, but... Now, at what point are you just... What does that championship mean if you're having people who don't really compete fighting for that title?
People think you're vaping, by the way.
Oh, no, it's just a pen. I'm not vaping, man. Old school that way, baby.
Shout out to Aiden J in New Zealand watching us, to a fellow Irishman, Solani, my friend.
Yay! Hello.
Honor and offer saying Hillary Clinton's going to win. It's not the 2016 primary. It's not a work. Someone's in Toronto. Shout out to Toronto Food Reviews. Man, I want poutine. Can we go get poutine after this?
It's poutine.
Poutine.
It's not poutine. It's poutine.
You've never been to Canada. I'm saying it the way those Canucks say it.
Is it pronounced poutine?
Poutine, yeah.
Can we get a ruling on this? Is it
Why are you
poutine or
asking normal?
poutine? He might know. He seems worldly. He's been around.
Poutine.
I would say poutine, right? I've only heard it be
The
poutine.
Nookster from Mississippi, shout out. William Robinson from Huntington Beach, California, joining us.
I was out at Huntington Beach. People surf at 8 o'clock in the morning. Nobody has jobs
Wrong
over
with
there?
you.
What the hell?
Forest City, North Carolina, telling you to lay off G.G. Allen. Phoenix, Arizona.
These are like election results that are coming in.
Well, you know what, Harry? I did make a pitch. If you like what me and Harry do, on election night 2020, we want to do a show exactly like this.
Oh my God. It's like this, but the fight really matters. Let's see here. I'm trying to look something up.
Alyssa Rabble asking what the estimation of my blood alcohol level is. Well, DM me. Just M. Ryan Consulting. And you'll
Okay,
get- you'll
let's
get an
see
answer.
here. Let's check in on the official.
Google's bullshit, normal.
Let's see. Hold on.
Poutine.
Poutine.
Bullshit.
Poutine.
It's bullshit.
And one more time in.
Awesome 117 from Perth, Western Australia. Dirty Dag from Cleveland, Ohio. Rome, Georgia. Phoenix,
Poutine.
Arizona. Stab somebody. We are almost at 4,000 fans.
Thank you for
Tony
joining
Jewell
us.
Jr., Mad Matt, and Harry Dice Clay, you guys are killing it.
Harry Dice Clay.
Oakland, California, the Bay Area. Shout out to you guys.
Well, we have 4,000 people. Go to my social media at Harry Terjanian for everything. Check out my podcast that I do with Dante Nero, Man School 202. All my social media for all my comedy shows, everything that's going on, stand-up comedy. And Capital Wrestling every week. New episodes every Monday.
Returning to Brooklyn on February 22nd. Go
That's
to
right.
capitalwrestling.com. And
Oh, that's
Cowboy
adorable,
Cerrone
baby.
kissing his son.
Nothing
and,
cuter than a baby in
and
a
his
cowboy
wife,
hat.
And his grandma in the crowd.
Babies make everything look cute, no matter what it is. Even on the Jerry Springer show, when they bring out those little kids and they put them in the Klan uniform, it's the only time that I'm like, oh, that's adorable. It's the only time that I'm like, aw.
Croatia watching us tonight. And if you want us on election night, hashtag Matt and Harry do the election on Twitter.
That's right. We're going to do the election like nobody else does it, drunk.
I feel like one of the networks already does that.
Oh, yeah? Oh, wait, which one is that? No, I think you're thinking of that's CNN on the New Year's Eve.
Oh, okay.
When Anderson Cooper gets ripped.
Patrick Dupuis watching us from Quebec. Québécois sous small tabarnak. Donald Cerrone, the most wins in UFC history with 23.
23, they
18
say.
performance bonuses, and one of the most fights in UFC history with 33. This is his first welterweight fight, as we said earlier, since 2018. Walking into tonight with a 2-fight losing streak, but both of them at lightweight to Justin Gaethje and Tony Ferguson. Snapped a 3-fight winning streak before that featured wins over Al Iaquinta, Alexander Hernandez, and Platinum Mike Perry.
And
this, by far, is the biggest fight of his career. The lights have gone dim inside the T-Mobile Arena.
Is going nuts already with the lights going down. Just shows you what a draw he is. What a big, big draw. The Irish music playing. I believe this is the Notorious mix that he always comes out to.
Alyssa Rabel, it's M. Ryan Consulting on Twitter.
On Twitter,
DM me
okay.
there.
Feel free to slide into the DMs. Is it all right to say that even if it's business related?
Yes.
Would I be like, hey, here's my business card, slide into my DMs? I had somebody offer me after the stand-up show I did yesterday, they wanted me to do a birthday party, a private birthday party, and they texted me. I think I'm really going to have to, like, overcharge them because I do not want to do comedy.
At a birthday.
It's never a good idea.
Youngstown, Ohio, home of Jimmy the Greek.
That's right.
Shout out to you guys.
Jimmy the Greek, also a G.G. Allen fan, apparently, according to the chats. Oh, all right. I haven't seen this new chess piece that Conor's gotten done.
McGregor's had that for a minute.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. He had that painted in a little bit, though.
Shout out to Ponce, Puerto Rico. Pensacola, Florida. Shout out to the old Gulf Coast territory. We want to get to 4,000 viewers. We're at 3875. Share right here, right now. Conor McGregor is making his walk to the octagon for the first time in 15 months. Can Conor McGregor at welterweight find his way back into the win column and get his first win in the UFC since UFC 202?
Wow. Conor looking like Conor.
Looking confident, looking comfortable at welterweight. If you took a look at MMA Mania or across the SBN MMA network, whether it's MMA Fighting or Bloody Elbow, you see the progression of McGregor's body from 145 to 155. This is the healthiest McGregor has looked in years, in my opinion. He said
Always
he stopped
in phenomenal
drinking.
shape, yeah. Well, he might have had to stop drinking due to some of those lawsuits. That might have helped.
Shout out to Waycross, Georgia.
And can Conor, for as much as people talk about the charisma that he does, he is a tremendously talented fighter when he's at the top of his game. The first ever 2-division UFC champion, lightweight and featherweight. Also, he owns the one of the fastest knockouts in UFC history at 13 seconds.
The fastest in championship history.
In championship
has a
history,
91% finish rate, Harry. 18 wins by knockout. Only 1 win by submission. 2 by way of decision.
Looking tremendous. Looking at, just, you forget how long it's been. 15 months since we've gotten to see Conor. And maybe the smartest thing he could have done, go away for a little bit. How can I miss you if you're never gone?
We are
type of situation.
And we are over 4,100 live viewers.
Wow.
Guys.
Thank
you guys
you for
have been
joining
killing
us.
it all night in the chat. Reno, Nevada, Tampa Bay. Just Diskillet saying we don't deserve 4K. Well, we got it, stupid. Saying yeah. How about that one?
We don't deserve 4K. You're one of the 4K, you dumb idiot. If you don't want it, you literally have a vote in this matter. Turn this off.
Shut up.
You're miserably... let them go away. They're going to go away anyway.
And let's take a look at the tail of the tape.
like
McGregor
this, you're an
31,
ass.
Cerrone 36. McGregor standing at 5'9". Cerrone with the height advantage
6'1".
at 6'1", both walking in at 170 pounds. But McGregor with a 1-inch reach advantage at 74 inches to Cerrone 73. Will that come into play? Cerrone said he's going to stand and trade with McGregor. Don't know if he's trying to okey-doke people here, but Bruce Buffer doing the official introductions. And for the first time since UFC 229, Conor McGregor is inside the octagon, And in the main event inside the T-Mobile Arena, no riots, no hand carts, no
Well, not
guardrails.
yet. The night is still young. The fight is just getting started. I mean, you never know what's going to happen when Conor McGregor is in the building. And that, I mean, we mean that literally.
Dennis M. saying he's from New York City and he says we're not funny. Well, you're not indicative of New York City then.
I don't care. Stop. Why comment on that? If you don't think we're funny, I don't give a shit.
4,400 right now. We are near 4,500 live viewers right here on the SBN YouTube channel, SBN MMA YouTube channel.
That's right.
Matt Ryan, Harry Terjanian. You can follow us on Twitter at Harry Terjanian and M. Ryan Consulting. Also follow the SBN MMA family of channels, including Bloody Elbow and MMA Mania. Follow MMA Mania across social media for fun shit posting by their social czar, who is an interesting cat to say the least.
It's time, says Bruce Buffer.
Shout out to Croatia watching us. Christian Newman saying the drink I just did. We've got the Philippines, Orlando.
Fighting out of the blue corner.
Port St. Lucie, home of the New York Mets. Spring training facility, and that's giving me reason to drink.
Hey, at least Carlos Beltran is the most
The winningest manager in
of
Mets history.
He has got the best record, certainly, in the last 10 years, right, of any manager.
Shout out to Baton Rouge.
Shout out to Bobby Bonilla. Make him coach. Let him earn that money.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't there like a rule or something?
The Adirondacks, Dallas, Texas. Someone telling me not to do cocaine. We are over 4,500, Harry.
That implies that you've been doing cocaine.
I do not do cocaine.
Yeah. 4,500. Thank you for joining us for this, the main event of the evening. Conor McGregor versus Donald, Cowboy Cerrone. The final fight here tonight of UFC 246. Been an interesting event so far. A lot of good fights and a boring one with Holly Holm and Raquel Pennington. As the introductions continue. Yeah, that's a weird tattoo that Conor's got that he filled in. The notorious Conor McGregor is introduced. The crowd goes nuts. Conor with the Christ pose in the middle of the octagon. And this has been 15 months in the making here for Conor McGregor. His return, Herb Dean with the pre-fight instructions. Protect yourself at all times. And they touch gloves, no issues here. None of the personal shenanigans we usually see from Conor. Very interesting change. Maybe he doesn't need it. Kind of smart. He doesn't need it for this one. It's been 15 months in the making from a showmanship standpoint. He doesn't have to really create drama. He's been gone for a while. And now Cerrone has to make this about him. I mean, I'm one of those people who's just been talking about Conor.
And here we go!
Conor.
We got it early and often! Cerrone trying to shoot the takedown after McGregor went for a left hand.
No.
McGregor throwing his shoulder to Cerrone, high knee, hits hot and heavy in the early going. Uppercut by McGregor.
Cerrone's nose already bleeding here.
Now feeling out, high kick by Cerrone, check
Ooh,
by McGregor.
a hard
McGregor
kick.
with a high kick. This one might be over in seconds. McGregor takes Cerrone down. Quick combination. Cerrone is down.
He's
McGregor
holding
with the
on.
left hand. McGregor driving into the face of the Cowboy. Hammer fist. Cerrone in trouble. Could this be over in under 40 seconds?
over.
And it's
It's over.
Conor McGregor in under a minute has put the Cowboy to rest. Conor McGregor is back and has stopped Cerrone at welterweight.
Unbelievable. An unbelievable performance from Conor McGregor. So quick. Once he got a hold of him, he did not pull back. Hammer fist after hammer fist until Herb Dean stopped it. An incredible, and the cheers from the crowd. You rarely see something like that.
Conor McGregor crying inside the octagon. The old gunslinger, Harry. Went for it
Wow.
against one of the most dangerous fighters in the game. And like a Tyson fight in 87, McGregor went early, went often. Cerrone went for the takedown, could not bring him
Conor
down.
went for a quick strike, and Cerrone grabbed the hold of him And then he held on. And then once he pressed him against the cage, just strike after strike after strike from Conor.
Over 5,000 people.
5,000 people joining us here. I'm sorry that it couldn't be longer, but a fantastic performance for Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor, they're going to have to walk through that whole fight again.
I mean, he is back.
McGregor went for the early strike.
And
Cerrone shot for the takedown.
And Jorge Masvidal even in shock.
What a performance from Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor shaking
Cerrone,
hands, barely breaking a sweat in this.
Cerrone got caught early. He got hurt.
And they're going to show replay, which is probably going to be the whole fight. Here we go.
Let's take a look here once again at the start of the fight. Left ducked by Cerrone. Knee, after trying to shoot for the takedown, did Cerrone. Stuffed by McGregor, driving that left shoulder into the nose, probably breaking the nose of Cerrone.
3 or 4 times.
Yeah, that's the 5 times by McGregor.
I didn't even notice
And then
that.
once again, that high kick caught Cerrone on the jaw, bringing him right down. And then a flying knee, stumbling Cerrone with that high kick.
That high kick again lands squarely on the right jaw.
And then he's on wobbly legs. That
Another
flying
high knee.
And then a left hand to the temple. And then just some devastating left hands by McGregor. Just finding the opening.
3,
just
4,
lefts and rights
5,
and then hammer
6,
fists.
8.
And it took 5 strikes, 5 hammer fists.
At least 8.
Conor McGregor.
And wow. Conor McGregor did not even take the easy way out of this either. He went right for it. I've never seen somebody throw shoulders like that. Have you?
That was that was insane. Normal. Have you ever seen anything as ludicrous as that?
I mean, just shoulder. I've never seen in an MMA. This is the beauty of why I love mixed martial arts. Just when you think you've seen everything, you watch a guy demolish somebody. I mean, lost in all of that.
Yeah.
5 shoulders in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, his arms were pinned and he...
Just driving that shoulder bone right into the nose of Cerrone. You can look at Cerrone's face. And even though he lost in under a minute, one hell of an effort from Cowboy Cerrone.
40 seconds.
40 seconds.
And Conor McGregor, the official announcement by TKO. The notorious Conor McGregor, victorious here against Donald Cowboy Cerrone. And Joe Rogan.
And another thing, John Jones, known for the shoulder strike. Harry, let us know what they're saying.
Yes, Joe Rogan saying, and as exciting as a first round as you can get. You heard him in the clinch with your shoulder. Is that something that you worked on? I had to change levels with that and come up into it, says Conor. And then he just shouts, Ireland, baby. Joe Rogan asks, how good does it feel? Conor says, very good. I made history tonight. I'm the first fighter in UFC to secure knockout victories in featherweight, lightweight, and now at welterweight. And the most head kick knockouts. He's just going on and on about different knockouts. Conor is happy. Everyone being phenomenal. The people are being phenomenal. Thank you, Las Vegas. I appreciate it greatly. And now they're going to show the highlights of the fight to Conor. And he shows him the beautiful head kick. Rogan says it's absolutely perfect. This is the beginning of the fight, actually. And the shoulder hits. 1. Conor said, I knew that he wasn't expecting that. And he wasn't expecting that. And then Conor saying, it's beautiful. I'm so happy. And he's saying, who's going up and down in divisions and stopping people like that? Nobody. He's saying he's very proud. UFC can strip fighters and they can give fighters make-believe belts. And they can get rid of my championship status. But they can't give knockouts in multiple weight divisions. And for the Irish people and for my mom back home, thank you. I'm a fucking legend in this game. His quote. Exact quote. And he plugs Proper 12 Irish whiskey, which we do have here. he's going on about the different types of bottles that they have, the 375 liters, the 175, the 750. So that's the big news, according to Conor, is that proper 12 Irish whiskey. Who would he like to fight next? He feels good about this division. God willing, he came out unscathed. I'm in shape. I don't believe I'm there yet. I still have work to do to get back to where I was. I'm going to party tonight, celebrate, be with my family, and then get back in the gym and train. And any one of these filthy lips can get it. Every single one of them. I didn't even hear what he said. Hold on. He called somebody stupid. Wow. All right. And Conor celebrating with his family.
That was his girlfriend, Dee Devlin.
Said,
I think that was that Tony?
Was that?
That was Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
Tony Robbins was there for some reason. The fuck is Tony Robbins doing there?
Spiritual advisor. They're talking to Cowboy Cerrone. His mother, I believe. Well, I hope it's his mother.
It's his grandmother.
Oh, it's his grandmother. Kissing the cowboy. Joe Rogan asking him, how much did he surprise you? He said 100%. Never seen anything like it, says Cerrone. He busted my nose and started bleeding. And stepped back in the head and kicked me.
There's a welt underneath that left eye. You
Yeah.
can see the nose is swollen.
I love this sport. I'm going to keep fighting. I don't care. It's just what I love. I got my family right here. I'm okay. Thank you, everyone, for supporting me over the years. I don't know what else to say. And Rogan's saying we can speak for everybody else and saying we love you too. Donald, Cowboy Cerrone, classy in defeat. And Conor with a hug as well. And hugging the grandma.
Aww.
Conor hugging the grandma. Oh, no, he just kneed her in the face. Oh, Conor.
Oh, God, he's got her in a Kimura.
And he just smashed a bottle of proper 12 over her head.
And now he's doing the McMahon taunt.
And then he's pulling out his dick. Conor. Well, I'm disgusted. I'm glad you didn't have to witness that. Just despicable by Conor McGregor. Just when you think he's turned the page, he does a heel turn on us. Brought to you by Proper 12, the Irish whiskey.
What a 40 seconds, Harry.
Wow, it is incredible. Do we pour some of this Budweiser out for?
Yeah, we gotta pour it out in
Cerrone?
the alleyway for our homie.
For poor Cowboy Cerrone.
Someone's asking, "Are you big Mike Francesa?"
Oh no, I'm talented. I'm not a bore. I didn't fall asleep once on this show, nor did I spill any soda.
A lucky bastard's asking, "How does David Spade feel right now?" You gotta wonder if he felt good about spending all that money.
David Spade didn't pay. David Spade's not paying to go see UFC. He's a smart dude. Calls in a favor. He's got a show on Comedy Central now. People have respect for him again.
And folks,
it goes up and down. He's one of the best stand-up comedians of all time.
And there's Audie Atar, his manager. And folks, we're going to be with you for a little while. We'll break down this card and we'll break down what happened. And we want to get your thoughts. Let us know in the chat what you thought of this fight and what you thought of this card. But coming up right here on the SBN MMA YouTube channel in just a few hours will be the post-fight show from our buddies over on the other side in the 6th round. We will figure out what's going on after the fight. They will be covering that for us. And also on the MMA Fighting channel and across the SBN MMA network, we'll have post-fight interviews and a whole lot more. And that is the second fastest knockout of his career. 40 seconds, the fastest being Jose Aldo at 13 seconds.
Right.
The third being Marcus Brimage at 1:07.
Wow,
But coming up a little bit later, we'll have the post-fight press conferences, and we will have the live post show breaking down everything that happened tonight.
But the big story is the return of Conor McGregor, the return of the things we've expected for Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor we haven't seen for more than 15 months was the last fight, but the last time we saw a performance, 2-3 years, 3-4 years,
when he won the lightweight title inside Madison Square Garden against Eddie Alvarez.
Yeah, and since then, I mean, if you count the boxing match, you know that's a loss against Floyd Mayweather Jr. in that the boxing match. That's not a surprise, but then also Nate Diaz,
the loss and then the win,
and then the
against
win,
Nate. But coming up, and
Khabib and then losing to Khabib. It's been a bit, but it's great to see It's great to see Conor McGregor back in the winner's circle. And
2020 for us, Harry, is going to be insane. We got John Jones coming up next.
That's right.
We've got
UFC 247.
Got a whole bunch of stuff for you throughout the year. In April, it's Tony Ferguson against Khabib Nurmagomedov in Barclays Center in my hometown, 20 minutes from where I grew
City.
up.
We will not be there because we are not allowed.
We'll be right here.
We're right here.
But UFC 247
we could
coming
sneak in if we got mustaches, right? We do the old Bobby Valentine thing. Or how about we do the thing where you get on my shoulders and we get in a
Muppet
trench
Man?
coat? Yeah, we do the trench coat. Which is weird because we're not kids, so there's not a height thing.
No,
and I guess we would stand out.
Yeah.
We're going to figure out a way to sneak into one of us will sneak into the Barclays Center to bring you coverage of that fight and also the
live play-by-play.
Live play-by-play.
So we got to sneak us, our equipment, and Nurmal.
It's not going to be easy. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. We're going to sneak a lot of that equipment in and set it up, and I'm just going to hope that none of the security guards ask any questions when we broadcast.
Well, McGregor
outside
was
the
able to
men's
come
room.
in with impunity and then throw a guardrail at something.
Yeah, that was the one time, though. That magic trick worked one time, but we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be a hell of a 2020. That was a great fight. I mean,
I love it.
I know it was a short one, but, you know, if it's going to be short, it's got to be good. That's what I always say.
Harry,
if it's not long, make it good.
And if it's not good, make it long.
But a great card. Yeah, Conor McGregor back to his old form. Fantastic. You do feel for Cowboy Cerrone.
Yeah.
It's he's going to have to kind of start from scratch and see where he goes from here. I mean, just innovative stuff too. That just when Conor's one of those guys who surprises you with every facet every time he fights. Yeah. 5 shoulder. I don't even know what you call that. A shoulder block? Or just there's not even a name for it.
He just threw shoulder strikes.
I mean, he threw shoulder strikes when he got wrapped up. I mean, that's something I've never seen before. Cowboy Cerrone says he's never seen it before.
Well, John Jones is someone who's known to do that. He's got those big shoulders. McGregor looking amazing at welterweight. Harry, do you think that he should stay at welterweight, or do you think he should go back down to 155 and try to go after the winner of Ferguson and Khabib?
I think you should stay away from Khabib for a little while. Let's build this up for a little bit.
You know what?
Khabib was so dominant.
If I'm McGregor, honestly, why not try to continue to make history? Why not go after the belt at welterweight? Build your name at welterweight. Get a fight against a contender. Build yourself to the winner of Masvidal and Usman. That'd be 3. He'd be the only person in mixed martial arts history to win belts at 3 divisions.
Oh, then that's what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Conor McGregor looking fantastic. It does delay his run in the WWE that I want to see, but that's fine. That'll be there at some point. But it's great to see. You know, I'm always happy when people are back in the mix.
Yeah. And February 8th, we will be back with UFC 247. It'll be Jones versus Reyes, and Valentina Shevchenko will be defending her title in the co-main event, 2 title fights on that night at UFC 247. And then we will be back with UFC 248, Harry, and then UFC 249 in April. As we said, Khabib versus Tony Ferguson, if that fight actually gets into the octagon, because that's the 5th time those two have been booked for a fight. The last time was UFC 229, 223.
And what's
back
happened
in
each time?
Injuries, hospitalizations. Last time at UFC 223, Tony Ferguson tore his ACL and his MCL while walking out of a studio during a media commitment.
What the hell?
That turned into an entire nightmare. Where
that sounds like an insurance scam to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but is that one of those things where he had to call Jacoby and Myers or whatever? Better call Saul. I don't know. But it will be a great fight for sure. But this has been that was incredible. That's that level of excitement. It is Tyson era level excitement where you enjoy those knockouts where you're not even disappointed. And now something you rarely see is the post thing with Joe Rogan and John Anik,
Paul Felder
joining them.
The thing about MMA now, you need at least one redheaded guy with a beard on commentary. So he fills that void. That's why they hired me here at SBN.
You're saying it's like a minority hire?
No, I'm not saying no. I'm just I'm not.
Gingers?
Yes, it's a ginger hire. Our union fought hard for that. It's represented by one of the guys from Shameless, Paul Felder, and
the lead singer of forget it. What's that band? Forget it. It's gone. The reference is gone.
David Webb. Yes, this is live.
This is live. Yeah, it's not taped. Wow. Then now they're re-showing the replay here of the fight. Conor just went for a strike, missed it, but oh my God.
He was able to just use those shoulders with impunity. And then that high kick, that head kick, caught him right underneath the jaw, right underneath the ear.
And then he followed up with a flying knee.
He looks
and then
so...
those punches were...
He looks so comfortable at 170.
I mean, he's a fantastically talented fighter.
Yeah.
For all the media controversy, the shenanigans, so to speak. But as they go through the welterweight rankings, of course, the champion, Kamaru Usman, number 1, Tyrone Woodley, number 2, Colby Covington, number 3, Jorge Masvidal, number 4, Leon Edwards, and I can't see number 5 there, Rafael Dos Anjos at number 5. Let's see here. And Masvidal, number 3. That's an interesting. I mean, that's a heavy stacked division, isn't it? My God! And then you want to add Conor McGregor to that. Covington's still number 2, huh?
Well, he's one of the best. If we saw a Colby Covington and Conor McGregor fight,
oh my God!
Normal. If we saw that fight in 2020,
I want
would
that
the internet implode?
so.
Yes.
I like that
Can
so
we
much.
Can we get that fight to happen?
I'll make a few calls.
Please do. If we get a Colby,
That would be so great.
We'd
But
have
it's almost
80,000
heel
people
versus
watching us.
heel.
I'd be.
I mean, Conor's the face in that, right?
I think so.
And they're showing Masvidal with that. I still hate. Oh, that's the bad motherfucker championship belt. And Jorge Masvidal wants to murder Conor McGregor. I mean, that would be a great fight too. So many great possibilities in that welterweight
Put that
division.
fight in the garden. I want to see Diaz Masvidal too. I want to see the resolution of that. But we're going to see Usman Masvidal, and you know what? Give Conor Dos Anjos. Winner of that fight's Colby. Then the winner of that fight's the winner of Usman and Masvidal.
So stacked, that division. There's so many great fighters. You can't do any wrong without. You could just put all those fighters in a hopper. And Conor McGregor is not even ranked as far as the welterweight division goes.
I think does McGregor get top 10 normal, you think, after this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess he's not, my God, you throw any of those in a hopper, make all those are marquee fights.
You can do a pseudo Grand Prix round robin with the welterweight division, throw McGregor in there, and you're guaranteed interest and entertainment for the rest of 2020.
I mean,
Or not, you just do consecutive sack races until the winner's decided.
What about if they Rochambeau for it? Have we thought about that? Oh my goodness, what a great night of fights here.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It's been one hell of a show. So
I guess he wins the math trophy that...
yes, Conor McGregor.
Because there was no championship on the line tonight. So Conor...
We will be sending you the Mao Competition 1997 Algebra 1 third place trophy. We will just need an address to send that to you.
We will also be sending a Brock Nelson bobblehead brought to you by LD Discovery. ID Discovery.
Yes.
If you like murder programs, ID Discovery. If you get off on watching people getting brutally murdered in real life, then ID Discovery, that's a channel for me, and that's a free plug.
And Harry, you know who's ranked at number 9 at welterweight?
Who's that?
Anthony Pettis.
Really?
So if you're thinking Conor McGregor there's no room for him to get ranked in the top 10, he just beat Cowboy Cerrone.
I think
no,
he should
no, I'm not
be.
talking to you. I'm talking.
Yeah, he should absolutely. I mean, and celebrating in the locker room.
Shout out to Delirious JG. So please, hit that subscribe button.
Yeah,
hit
most
that like
definitely,
button.
yeah.
Share the link once this is over if people want to watch this back, and continue to check out Bloody Elbow and MMA Mania for more on what's going on in the world of mixed martial arts. Highlights, post-fight coverage, post-fight press conferences and interviews. That's where you want to go. is our friends at Bloody Elbow and our overlords at MMAmania.com.
Yeah, and thank you. And also follow our social media sites at Harry Terjanian for all my comedy clips, my stand-up comedy dates, and also Man School 202, the podcast I do with Dante Nero. Great stuff. Sex advice, relationship advice, dating advice. It's a fun show. Available on iTunes every Tuesday, free.
You can follow me on Twitter at mryanconsulting. You can follow me on Instagram at Je suis Matt Ryan. That's Je suis Matt Ryan. So shoot me a follow over there and say hello. Also, you can follow MMA Mania on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook by searching MMA Mania. We are MMA Mania on Twitter and on Facebook. Search MMA Mania on Instagram. Subscribe for goodness. And also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Head on over to the SBN MMA YouTube channel right now. You can see me make 2 different beverages out of Proper 12 in our kitchen. And it has been, Harry, one hell of a night calling fights with you.
That's right. It's we learned a lot tonight. We learned apparently there's a big crossover between MMA fans and Gigi Allen fans. Did not expect it. Don't appreciate it. Gigi Allen stinks. He's not an artist. He's just a douchebag who throws shit at people. But let's not let that tarnish the great night that Conor McGregor had. We learned that Proper 12 whiskey is better than Budweiser.
That's an empirical fact.
Well, it happened, It happened. What else did we learn tonight? A lot going on in the chat. A lot of people in Bergen County watching us. We learned it's pronounced poutine.
It's not pronounced poutine.
It is pronounced poutine.
Bullshit.
You're bullshit.
I'm not arguing that fact.
It's pronounced poutine.
Poutine. Poutine.
I'm gonna kick you.
And let's change the speed a little bit.
Poutine. Poutine.
There we go. We also learned that Kelleher, what is it? Brian Kelleher, the #1 ranked UFC rapper.
Yes. Tyron Woodley, ranked 4th.
The best athlete to rap we learned was Shaquille O'Neal with his freestyle rap, Kobe How My Ass Tastes.
Some guy saying this is painful, like listening to 2 drunk clowns talk about how much they know about college football.
There you go. You're listening to us, bitch. That's how this is working. What's sad? If you don't like it, you're listening to us. That's the sad part. This is sad. Why am I watching this? That's what's sad.
John Frenetz, Conor McGregor won in 40 seconds with a TKO victory over Donald Cerrone. So
yeah, just an impressive victory too.
And Preston Moore asking, why was Tony Robbins there? Tony Robbins and McGregor are seemingly friends. Like, McGregor's spoken at Tony Robbins' events, has been on his podcast. They seemingly have some sort of guru relationship. People love Conor McGregor, all sorts of worlds, and people do business all over with the MMA thing is so popular that everyone's getting involved in. Yeah, I don't know. You got to Tony Robbins first. Tony Robbins and his big teeth. And now we're watching the highlights here as we wrap up. UFC, these fights ended so short that they're filling time with a lot of highlight packages, but God bless them. That means when these things go long, there's always a highlight package that never airs. Oof, and again, we're watching Conor McGregor. That head kick was tremendous. Conor McGregor, the return of the notorious one. Well, let's wrap this one up. Conor McGregor proving that he's back.
Yeah.
Gotta wonder against a legitimate 170-pounder what that will mean. Cerrone obviously has fought at 170 before, but if he goes up against the Dos Anjos or he goes up against a ranked welterweight, what that could mean for him if he plays into the welterweight picture later into 2020. Holly Holm getting a victory tonight against Rocky Pennington in a fight that...
unimpressive, to say the least.
The bar for co-main events on UFC pay-per-views has been lowered a little bit tonight because of that fight. Kelleher really impressing in his victory. We saw some great fights. Roxanne Modafferi and Maycee Barber in the last fight of the prelims was an impressive performance. I would say this card overperformed
No, it was a great card.
Up until the co-main event, and then
Yeah,
we got the return of the Conor McGregor show.
Well, yeah, the co-main event with Holly Holm was lackluster. The victory just on points by pressing Raquel Pennington against the cage for 3 rounds. And, I mean, there was a quick end to the main event, but certainly not a disappointment watching Conor McGregor KO Donald Cowboy Cerrone. Just, it was a fun card. It was a fun card. I'm not disappointed by it at all, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I think this sets a good tone for the rest of 2020 because you see really solid main events heading into the rest of the year, into the first half of 2020. I think the only fight that really engages me as a main event is the, Yoel Romero and Israel Adesanya is going to be a fun fight. But until Tony and Khabib get inside the octagon and finally fight for the 155 title, I think a lot of the fights this year are prelude unless the Khabib-Tony curse continues because those guys have not been able to get inside the octagon and fight each other. That's the one fight I'm looking the most forward to.
There's still time for something weird to happen. But hopefully, finally we get it. I mean, there's a lot of great fights coming up. I'm excited about it. And, you go through those periods, some of the cards are not so hot. Even for a card that didn't have a title bout on it, this was still a pretty good card.
This coming in from the chat, Stiffy Stifler. Weird username, but a really cool message. I watched the rewind version of this, and Matt gave me goosebumps.
Nice.
That's really nice of you. That actually means a lot. We're back over to 2,200 viewers right now.
2,200.
Breaking down Conor McGregor, for those who just joined us, defeated Cowboy Cerrone in 40 seconds for the main event of UFC 246.
You can rewind this if you want. That's the beauty of YouTube, and watch us call it in real time as it was happening. But a phenomenal fight. No doubt about it.
And you look at the way McGregor came into this fight, completely different than the last few fights, especially if you look at things in a prism. If you look at his fight against Khabib 2 years ago, and you look at his fight against Mayweather the year before that, a more calm, a more centered, a more focused McGregor.
Yeah.
He was riding that high horse with the wins over Aldo and Alvarez back-to-back, winning those 2 titles, and really riding that wave into the Mayweather fight. I think the loss against Khabib and the things going on in his personal life really gave him a wake-up call.
Yeah, I mean, it'd been a while. It'd been a while since we saw this style of Conor. That loss that he took. It's first of all, it's just a hard loss in general to take. But yeah, all the things that are going on personally, and he had to sort of rebuild. He is his brand, so I always bring up his brand, but that's who Conor is, and so he really needed this more than anything. And I mean, certainly, no one handed it to him. He did amazing. And it's something that he needed to rebuild the image and, just get you excited once again about Conor McGregor. That's the thing about the fight game, is at some point, when you lose, it diminishes your value. It's unfair, but that's the reality of it. At least with MMA, I think you can build it up a little more when you get the opportunity. And tonight, Conor did that. He's back in the spotlight as one of the best fighters in the game today.
And Andrew Lucero asking us in the chat on the YouTube channel, what do we think about those shoulder strikes when they were happening? I noticed them. I think I called it. Though it was a huge what the fuck moment for me, because as Normal brought up, John Jones does those, but I think that's the first time I've seen anybody really do that with impunity against someone like Cerrone. And this whole fight is the first 5 seconds. If you go back and you look at the open of this fight, Conor coming straight for Cerrone. Cerrone plying it off, trying to go for the takedown. McGregor being able to cast that off and set up those combinations with the shoulder, throwing those shoulders in, creating the opportunity for space, setting up the head kick, and bringing Cerrone down. When you watch football and you watch an NFL team, they usually script the first 20 or so plays. They will build a script. And you really couldn't script the situation for Conor McGregor better against Cerrone, because Cerrone said he was going to throw. He was going to stand and trade with McGregor.
Yeah, but you never know if that's...
Yeah, you never know, but...
real,
when
that's
you,
just a red
but
herring.
you have that in your back pocket, and when you're John Kavanaugh, and you're game planning this fight with McGregor, and you're looking at the boxing coaches, and you're looking at Dylan Dennis, who coaches jiu-jitsu for McGregor. You're looking at this entire structure, and you're saying, okay, if we start hot and heavy and throw him off his balance, he's going to try to take us down. Then from there, how do you game plan? And whether or not the shoulder strikes were a game plan or just McGregor feeling that openness in his shoulder, that is a great strategy, whether on the fly or game planned, to really kind of set up the rest of that fight.
Well, I mean, definitely McGregor came out, and he usually kind of tries to come out very aggressively, not pacing, not feeling out, just going right after him. And for a second, Cerrone had caught him, but McGregor really regained his composure very quickly, pulled away very quickly, and then when he had those arms pinned, immediately went for the shoulder strikes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Conor at his peak, which is very aggressive, very quick, and very dominant, very quick, not giving you a lot of room to work with, and having to take those strikes just until there's nothing left.
And Shane LaFada asking, thanks for the subscription, Shane, by the way. Who does Dana put him with next? I've said
it could be anyone in that welterweight division.
I think
to be honest,
if it's gonna stay at if McGregor's staying at welterweight, he said he liked that weight. A lot of things can happen between then and now. I think a fight against a ranked guy, a Rafael Dos Anjos. I don't think he fights a Colby Covington. I don't think that style suits him. It's a closer fight to Khabib. I think that in a similar vein.
I don't know. Man.
I don't think you put him against a top 5 guy yet. You put him against someone in the top 10 or at the bottom of the top 5 like a Dos Anjos, because you can have that fight headline a pay-per-view.
No.
Really?
No, you don't.
He's fighting Masvidal.
You think he's gonna fight
calling
Masvidal?
it right now.
You're calling it right now. Nurmagomedov's
That's
calling
the money
Masvidal.
fight.
That is the money fight. I'm just thinking Masvidal and Usman's next. Unless Usman completely motherfucks the UFC and holds them up in
Well,
negotiations.
the UFC likes to make money,
Yeah.
so they're not going to waste a Masvidal, because if Masvidal loses to Usman,
Then
his
his
value
value.
goes down.
there is no. He's one fight away from being worth nothing.
So BMF2 Electric Boogaloo?
I'm in.
Where do you do that? 250?
What's the one in July in Vegas? Fight
Uh,
week?
It's 252 maybe?
That's a July fight week in Vegas.
Yeah.
Main event.
You can sell that out and make it 12.
I mean, right now in that welterweight division, there's just a plethora of opportunities. Obviously,
Yeah.
that's the big money fight for sure.
The welterweight division has become the marquee division in the UFC. It was lightweight in 2019 and 2018. But as we got deeper into 2019 and into 2020, the rise of Masvidal, the rise of Covington, Usman being the champion doesn't diminish that. But when you look at the other players in the division, there are bigger stars than the champion, which for a division you desperately need. You need people to kind of that are bigger than the champion to make the championship fights matter. Because when you look at light heavyweight was the marquee division until Cormier moved up to heavyweight. And now, who the fuck is there at light heavyweight? It's Dominic Reyes. Who's Jones gonna fight after that?
Also, there's another thing to keep in mind is Tyron Woodley and Leon Edwards are already booked.
Yeah, that's
So
the
Usman
main event for
has-
UFC London.
Usman has a contender coming out of that
Yeah.
fight. Masvidal doesn't want to fight Usman, even if the promotion wants him to, because Masvidal wants to make money.
Yeah, he doesn't care about the belt. He's
He
got a
doesn't care
BMF
about the
belt.
He cares about money. He told us that in.
I
Yeah,
mean,
he told us that in McAllen.
He
Yeah.
said, and he said it again tonight, that who he wants to fight is the money fight.
Yeah.
Right.
He doesn't care who, but it's the money fight.
And he's only got one chance at it.
That is. Well, we'll see.
It's
see
going to
what
be an
happens.
interesting road to International Fight Week. I'll say that at the very least.
George Masvidal's brand has never been this high.
Yeah.
And will never be this high.
And he got that tequila gimmick, too. So it'll be tequila versus whiskey in July.
Oh, nice. Well, we already know.
He beat
Sorry to the
Budweiser.
Budweiser. It's proper 12.
It's been one hell of a night. I think we've gleaned all we could off of this one, and we want to thank everybody who's joined us here tonight. Once again, you can follow us on Twitter at Harry Terjanian, at M Ryan Consulting. You can follow Harry on Instagram as well at Harry Terjanian. You can follow me as Je suis Matt Ryan. Listen to Man School 202. Watch Capital Wrestling every Monday at 6 p.m. on Fight, and every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on Gas Digital. Subscribe to the MMA Mania across social media, especially on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Subscribe to the SBN MMA YouTube channel. I've got a video up there right now where I make beverages based off of Proper 12, and I really want you to watch that because I took a lot of time and shot and edited all of that in 6 hours, so I'd really like you guys to watch it and let me know what you thought. I want to thank Normal. I want to thank Harry. Obviously, I want to thank Coco the Wonder Dog. I want to thank Tom and everybody at headquarters. I want to thank June for being our moderator and riding with us all night long. It is after 1 a.m. here on the East Coast. It is way past my bedtime, but we are.
And you've been drinking since 7 a.m.
I sobered up. I've sobered.
That's how long it's been.
Yes.
Well, we can fix that. There's still plenty of Proper 12 left.
I am done for the day. But for all of us here in Teterboro, in the bunker, I want to thank you so much. Please thumbs up and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications about new videos and when we go live. And we will be back. Harry and I will be back on February 8th for UFC 247. John Jones, Dominic Reyes coming to you live right here from the hangar in Teterboro. Until next time, that's Harry Terjanian. I'm Matt Ryan. So long from the Garden State.